KINA Sports. Trojan basketball is on the air. This is Countdown to Tip-Off for Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA Sports. Coming up, you're going to get a full preview of area games, analysis on this matchup, and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
It has been 5.5 weeks since Southeast of Saline has been in their home gymnasium for a varsity basketball game, and they will break that streak tonight against the Clay Center Tigers. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Southeast of Saline. It is the Purple Palace tonight for a non-league contest against the Tigers of Clay Center. My name is Devin Haney. Joining me on tonight's broadcast will be Tyler Smith. Brian Dennett providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering at the KINA studios on South Ohio in Salina. Clay Center and Southeast of Saline. This has become kind of a tradition, just like Southeast of Saline and Chapman, Southeast of Saline and Abilene. Southeast of Saline hooking up with those NCKL schools in sports has been really kind of a fun thing to watch. And a lot of the times, Southeast of Saline is playing up. They will do that tonight against the 4A Tigers. And on the girls' side, the Clay Center Tigers come in ranked in the state of Kansas. Currently, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, Clay Center's ladies are ranked 8th in Class 4A. They come in with a record of 6-4. For Shauna Smith and her squad, they come in. They are fresh off of a second-place finish at the Sterling Invitational, and they're coming into this game with a 7-3 record. And it doesn't matter if this is a league contest or not tonight. This is still a big, big contest for Southeast of Saline to win, because right now they are playing in a very, very tight-knit group of sub-state teams. The host site is right here at Southeast of Saline, and currently, even though Southeast of Saline has a pretty good record at 7-3, winning 70% of their games, they are currently the 5 seed in that sub-state if it should be seeded today. Still a lot of work to do, though. 10 games left in the regular season, and we will get back to action here tonight and tomorrow night. Of course, here tonight against Clay Center Tigers, and then back into league play tomorrow to face a very tough Ellsworth squad. Tonight, though, it's non-league Tigers and the Lady Trojans. To get things off, it's ladies first. Southeast of Saline basketball's Countdown to Tip-Off is brought to you by L&L Advisors. Doesn't matter if open enrollment is going or not, L&L Advisors are your experts to lead you through financial advice, also Medicare supplements. Lean on them for the advice you need. 2 locations in Saline and 1 in downtown McPherson. They are proud supporters of all these student athletes at Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojan basketball right around the corner. Glad you could join us here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Hi, everyone. It's Lynelle Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Your local farmer's insurance agent, Stephanie Kniper, wants to put her experience to work for you. Stephanie Kniper proudly serves Saline County and Salina families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance at 785-825-8419 to get smarter about your farmer's insurance. Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
John Deere utility tractors from Prairie Land Partners are the perfect match for any chore on your property, farm, or ranch. These tractors are the ideal blend of versatility and value. From working livestock to snow removal for hay producers, municipalities, and property owners, these tractors bring the power and versatility so you can haul, mow, bale, feed, and maintain your property. Visit them online or stop by any Prairie Land Partners location to test drive one today.
Delivering
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back in here to Southeast of Saline, a special Thursday night edition of Southeast of Saline basketball. And Southeast has always been kind of unorthodox as far as their schedule goes anyway, just because there are some Monday games. I know Ellenwood is on a Monday night. You also just kind of get things scattered around naturally because of Mother Nature. And we better get used to some of these non-traditional, non-Tuesday, non-Friday matchups as we will go through the game on Tuesday that was scheduled to take place with Republic County. That has been rescheduled now for February 8th, which is a Thursday coming up in February. So get ready for that as we will get ready for just a wild and crazy schedule. As I said, 10 games down, 10 games to go on the regular season. And then, of course, sub-state you can play a maximum of 3 games. State you can play a maximum of 3 more games. So a 26-game season. We're only 10 games in, and Southeast of Saline hoping that isn't quite halfway into the season yet. Let's take a look back at the Sterling Invitational Tournament as we bring in Tyler Smith. And, boy, what an exciting but disappointing Sterling tournament, I think, for Southeast of Saline's girls. I think that's fair. As Southeast of Saline winning as the number 1 seed, they were, of course, with the goal of winning the tournament for the first time in school history in all 11 years that it's been in existence, and they have been attending it. But, boy, just a disappointing loss, I think, on Saturday to the Smoky Valley Lady Vikings, who came out and played very well. They controlled the game, I think it's fair to say, from beginning to end. It was tied at the end of the first quarter, 8-8. Smoky Valley had a sensational second quarter, outscoring Southeast of Saline 15-5. That was a quarter, Tyler, that I think Smoky Valley did to Southeast of Saline what Southeast usually does to other people. They just put the clamps on defensively.
Yeah, they really did. Extremely well-disciplined, well-structured. That Smoky Valley team, you know, we've seen them. They're kind of hit and miss, right? Like we say it all the time. They could beat anybody in the state. They could lose anybody in the state. That night they were definitely on. And I think that's the value of, you know, playing in a tournament. You have to be great 3 straight nights. You can't just be below average. You can't be average. You have to be great. And Southeast Saline was not great on Saturday, and they paid for it. I mean, they came up against a Smoky Valley team that dominated in every aspect of the game. That's what makes tonight and the rest of the season really exciting. You know, that's something that as a coaching staff you're disappointed in. But, you know, when you prepare for these tournaments, you have to put everything together. And all of a sudden, if something doesn't work, you gotta roll and you gotta adjust. And that's the great thing about these midseason tournaments. And now you get to grow from those.
We don't make excuses for any teams. That's not what we do. We're just very honest about what goes on. And we only know about Southeast of Saline, so we can't talk to any other team. But there was some sickness going through this Lady Trojan team on Saturday. And when you're not feeling well, you might still be playing. But 3 games in a matter of less than 3 days, just kind of compacted in there, can really get to you. Knowing that and knowing how the tournament had to go because of the weather, losing the game on Tuesday wasn't that much of a disaster. Almost maybe a blessing to get these girls kind of right, get them going back to school and get the weather to where it's bearable again. Losing that game to Republic County on Tuesday and having it rescheduled, it wasn't the end of the world.
No, not at all. And I think, yeah. So, like, let's, you know, I don't know how much time we have before we go to commercial, but, you know, just speaking of, you know, how a coach and how a team has to prepare, you know, normally you get your, let's just say it's a Tuesday, Friday, and let's say you played Tuesday night, then all of a sudden Wednesday you want to recover and you want to introduce a scouting plan, right? And then on Thursday you're really going to get into that. It was nice that Tuesday was gone and you knew that early, so then you could kind of get a light shoot around, kind of give your girls, you know, a little bit of time to recover, and then Wednesday get into the depths of this. And then now it's game time. So, like, there's all these progressions. It's not like football where, you know, it's Friday nights you're playing and there's always a script and you can kind of just go on and on like that. Basketball creates different, you know, just animals with this whole thing. And that's going to be a fun thing with this game on a Thursday. You knew Tuesday that you weren't playing early on in the day, so you could start kind of, okay, flushing that Republic game out of the way and start looking forward to this. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 teams play. And I think one of the things that maybe a lot of people don't know is some teams, if you don't have school, you can't practice.
Yeah.
And that becomes a difficult thing because it's a safety thing while you don't have school. It's a safety thing for these players at all times. So it's always interesting to see how the games like this that are kind of not in the initial schedule, how teams prepare for these.
And we haven't even really talked yet with the cancellation and the postponement of the game on Tuesday. Southeast was again set up for 3 games this week because Ellsworth looms tomorrow. They're getting ready to host Southeast of Saline. So Ellsworth waiting on the doorstep right now. So a game here tonight, a game tomorrow night against Ellsworth. The weather should hold out, will be good. And then a quick turnaround on Tuesday. I believe we're in Salina to play Sacred Heart. So it's going to be a quick flurry of games here for Southeast of Saline as we get into the second half of the season. There are a couple other games tonight involving NCAA League schools. Beloit is at Minneapolis. That will be interesting on the girls' side because Beloit and Minneapolis on the girls' side, they have one league loss. Both of them lost to Southeast of Saline, who is still sitting 3-0 in league play. So those are the top three teams right now in the NCAA. And oh, by the way, Ellsworth not out of it yet. They set in fourth. That's who Southeast plays tomorrow night. Also, Republic County is at Smith Center tonight. And wrestling involving the Southeast of Saline Wrestlers, they are in Ellenwood tonight for wrestling. So that's your action tonight involving NCAA schools. Here we have Southeast of Saline and the Clay Center Tigers. State ranked in Class 4A. They are number 8. They come in at 6-4 on the season. We'll look more at the Tigers and have starting lineups for you. The start of this one about 5 minutes away as we take a timeout. Back with more Countdown to Tip-Off for Lady Trojan basketball right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for next spring. Phillips Seed stands ready to work with you to nail down the best seed genetics for your operation. They can help you select from their top-performing corn hybrids and soybean varieties, as well as seed treatments to get your crops off to a fast start. Find them online at phillipseed.com, Facebook, on X, or call 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2204. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Just about ready for Southeast of Saline ladies basketball here. They are hosting Clay Center. Let's look at the Tigers. They are under second-year head coach Dalton Heist. 6-4 on the season. They are ranked 8th in Class 4A on the girls' side. And right now, when you look at the West bracket and their sub-state, they do sub-state differently than what 3A and under does. When you look at 4A, they're in the West. They're set to like the 4 seed right now with a 6-4 record, which is unbelievable. So they're also playing for traction in that sub-state bracket in this non-league contest. They started out the season 3-0. They beat Rock Creek. They beat Beloit. They beat Marysville. Just for a reference, that Beloit game was a 13-point win for the Tigers. Then they lost in overtime to Riley County. They lost to a really good Wamego team. Came back and beat Concordia, Chapman, Whitewater, Remington. But they bring a 2-game losing streak into the gym here at Southeast of Saline tonight. They lost against Hillsboro, which no shame in that. They're one of the top teams in Class 2A. They also lost to Holcomb in the midseason tournament. And they're in a little bit of a roster right now, Tyler, because tonight they play Southeast of Saline on the road. Then they play Smoky Valley on the road. Then they play Chapman on the road. Then they have a makeup game with Abilene. Then they have Silver Lake. Those are the next 5 games for the Clay Center Lady Tigers.
Yeah, and as we were talking about scheduling earlier, like you don't know how these things are going to, fall into place. Like normally you can kind of get everything planned out. But yes, this is a huge game for Southeast, obviously, for numerous reasons. This is huge for Clay Center. I mean, they've got a gauntlet ahead of them, and no better place to start a gauntlet than the Purple Palace.
Let's go over some of those starters. Let's meet the Lady Tigers again under second-year head coach Dalton Heist. They will start Sarah Beth Martin, a 5'6" senior, 4 points a game, a rebound, and 2.5 assists. She is the leading assist getter on this Clay Center team. Then 3 juniors. Janae Crimmins, a 5'7" junior, 6.5 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Ayla Johnson, a 5'7" junior, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Reagan McDonald, a 5'11" junior, 6.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and an assist. And then the freshman that leads them in scoring, it's Lily Edwards, a 5'8" freshman, averaging 14 points a game. She also leads the team in rebounding with 6 rebounds a game and 2 assists per contest. That is the Clay Center Tigers, 6-4 on the season from the NCKL. They're 3-1 in league play, that lone league loss being to the Wamego Lady Raiders, and led by first-year head coach Dalton Heist. Southeast of Saline, led by head coach Shauna Smith. They will start the usual starters. So I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. Putting on Mike Garrettson to call everyone to action. Maybe not.
Could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Literally.
She just dropped your pin.
I think we might have technical issues with the PA.
Okay. All right. What a great idea. I told Brian Denton, I said, let's try to pick up that national anthem tonight. And here we are.
Mike's loud enough. He can just yell.
Yeah, that's true. I had to reintroduce myself to Doug Miniman. He was busy with wrestling over the weekend and some other things going on, and JV tournaments and all that good stuff. And, boy, we haven't been here in almost 6 weeks, 5.5 weeks since we've been here for a varsity game. That is crazy. There's Mike. So he's going to lay out the ground rules here for everybody in the game, and then we'll have the national anthem. Southeast of Saline under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith, 7-3 on the season. They are 3-0 in league play. This is a non-league contest against Clay Center. They will start their 3 seniors, Brielle Potachik, Lexi Jacobson, and Maddie Harris. Lexi leads the team in scoring and rebounding, along with steals. Maddie leads the team in assist. Then junior Addison Rohr, who had a pretty good tournament at Sterling, and sophomore Abigail Pearson, who scored her career high of 11 points twice. She did it against Sterling, and she did it against Smoky Valley in the second and third games of that Sterling Invitational Tournament. We will keep it right here and try to pick up the national anthem after the final instructions here from Mike Garrettson at the public announce table.
As the freshman girls from Southeast sing our national anthem.
Southeast of Saline freshman girls, from what I understand. And going over those starting lineups, we cannot go through and pass on Clay Center's starting lineups without a little bit of Southeast flavor in that head coaching position for the Tigers, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. If you remember the name Cannon Heist, I mean, led Southeast to a lot of wins. A lot of wins. His brother, the head coach right here at Clay Center. And really quickly to that national anthem, freshman Layla Lund from the basketball team and Reagan Duran both out there belting it out. Again, nothing better than live national anthems from Southeast of Saline.
We go to a lot of gyms, we see a lot of games, right? A lot of sporting events. Outside of Arrowhead Stadium, this place has the best national anthems ever. And it just keeps moving. It's a different group, different person every game. And it just keeps that bar of excellence way up high. So Southeast of Saline and Clay Center, they're getting ready to do battle here at the Purple Palace. As I said, first time we've been in this gymnasium in 5.5 weeks. It should be an interesting game here between these two teams. Tyler Smith, your keys to success for Southeast of Saline to get a victory here on their home floor.
Devin, tonight it's all about setting the tone. Like we talked about it. Hugely disappointing loss on Saturday. I mean, everybody in purple and white, this whole team, like that was a tournament that you went into knowing you were going to win it, wanting to win it, and you didn't play well enough to win it. So how do you reply? How do you respond? How do you come back? Now we're in the thick of it, right? Like it's everything before that midseason tournament, just kind of like, all right, how are we going to play? What are we going to do? Now you get things ready for the postseason. I'm really excited to see how this team responds. You had a bad loss. Now let's go.
Shauna Smith, Steve Reedy, Julie Lund ready to go here on the Southeast of Saline bench as the girls are having their own private instructions at the free throw line where Southeast of Saline will attempt to defend that goal and Clay Center will attempt to score. Clay Center, they come out in their road blacks with orange numerals, orange letters outlined in white. Southeast of Saline in their home whites. They've been really familiar with those. Again, the number one seed in the Sterling tournament, even though we weren't at home, they were wearing their white jerseys throughout the tournament. And they are getting final instructions now on the bench. They will dispatch now in those whites trimmed in purple and black. Lexi Jacobson will enter the center circle. She will jump it up here with Isla Johnson. And Johnson, junior, Jacobson, a senior. We have 10 girls on the floor, and we are ready to go for Lady Trojan basketball. It's brought to you by Saline Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Now the official comes over to the scores table, possibly asking for another basketball.
You can tell it's been 5.5 weeks.
Did it pass the pregame check and then all of a sudden it sprung a leak, or what's going on here?
Maybe it looks like Athletic Director Doug Minimum found the one with more makes in it for Southeast Saline. Let's go.
He did check it. Did you see that? He gave it the check. I affectionately call AD Doug, always on it here at Southeast of Saline. Now we're ready to go as the official enters the center circle. The jump is up, and it will be the Tigers controlling the tip here on a Thursday night of high school basketball on KINA. Remember that live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Here's a blatant foul that goes uncalled. That was weird as they had an high post entry to Ayla Johnson. She turned around and tripped one of the Southeast of Saline players by swinging that leg out, and Clay Center scores.
And we see Southeast come out straight up, man, but we see Abigail Pearson right there attack the rim, draw the contact, and one opportunity. Great job from Pearson just attacking the rim. We see her doing more and more of that. It's awesome to see from the sophomore.
Sarah Beth Martin guilty of the foul for Clay Center. Ava Pearson is turning into a rim-wrecking beast. She has been doing this now ever since game number 1. As I mentioned, career highs in back-to-back games of 11 points at the Sterling tournament. She starts this out with a bucket and a free throw added on and quickly takes the lead for Southeast of Saline 3-2. Now a foul inside as one of the Clay Center girls goes coasting to the rim. It's the freshman Lily Edwards. She is knocked down, and a foul will be called here against Maddie Harris.
And before Abazan went up too, I was discussing that, we see Southeast going to man right away. We saw them go to the zone. They played a lot of zone, I would say, in the last 5 or 6 games. It'll be interesting to see how they match up man-to-man, going back and forth. And then Clay Center's coming back in man-to-man as well. This could be a fun, old-school basketball game with teams playing man-to-man defense.
First free throw made it, tied the game. Second free throw missed. It is tied up at 3-3. Southeast to their offensive end. Here's Pearson drawing the double team, jumps it off mid lane. Lexi Jacobson, her shot goes up, won't go down. Johnson for Clay Center on the rebound. Here come the Tigers back the other way. We are not even a minute into this game. 7:02 left to go here in the first quarter. We are tied up at 3-3. Couple of big cutters coming around the free throw line. High post, now a kick out. Skip pass over the top from Martin. Ends up in the lap here of Clay Center's McDonald. Reagan McDonald now plays it to Johnson on the outside. Here's a ball, lob pass inside, tipped out by Jacobson on the floor. Abba Pearson, she'll play it to Jacobson. Now Harris. Here comes Maddie Harris. Across the timeline, zigzag dribble, plays it to the right, Potacek. Potacek looked inside momentarily at Jacobson. Jacobson, though, has her work cut out for her tonight. She is being guarded by Reagan McDonald, who stands 5'11" is what she listed. She looks much bigger than that.
Yes, usually you go the other way in programs, but yes, she looks much bigger than 5'11".
She's on Brielle Potacek right now. She makes Brielle look like she's 5'1". Here's Harris with us. She'll swing it now to the left. Brielle Potacek late getting out there is McDonald. We mentioned the mismatch there. Brielle beat her to the spot, turned around, squared up, and knocked it down.
And Devin, Shauna Smith said that, after their Sunday shoot around, there was one player there was multiple players that stayed after to get more shots in, but there was a player before shoot around and stayed after shoot around. That's Brielle Potacek, and she knows that she's had a shooting slump. There's nobody that's going to work out of it better than Brielle.
Addison Rohr starts the chaos. Brielle Potacek had it momentarily. Now Maddie Harris has it down the floor. Pearson, she goes to the rack. She is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Abba Pearson, a chance to extend to this three-point Southeast of Saline lead. That coming on the strength of the three-pointer left-hand side from Brielle Potacek.
And that's one thing, again, going back to Brielle shooting woes as Abba hits that first one. Shauna Smith wants her to continue to shoot. She's not taking bad shots. She knows what Brielle Potacek can do. Brielle Potacek gets going. She's needed for this team to make a long run in March, and you just got to keep feeding her, tell her to keep shooting it.
First free throw made, second one off the rim. Here's the deal. If you're in a slump and you quit shooting, guess what? You're always going to have missed your last shot, and you're never going to get out of it.
100%. And speaking of defenses, right now we see it looks like a little bit of a zone from Southeast, and this is going to be fun. See them kind of, throw different looks at Clay Center. Not just going to cookie cutter 1-3-1 or that, what we saw with like an extended 2-3 shell. Now they're going to go back and forth. But we see a great drive from Clay Center.
Drive and the left-handed layup tossed up off the backboard and in. That's off the bench from Sarah Smith. Now a turnover for Southeast of Saline. First one for the Lady Trojans. But they get it back. Maddie Harris trying to get it back, but she went out of bounds, came back in, touched the basketball. It will belong to Clay Center.
Yeah, Maddie just had a lot of things going on right there. And it looks like she got her foot tangled up. And I don't know if Maddie's crafty enough that I think we might think this has happened. She kind of had her foot out of bounds while she was touching the basketball. It's almost just stop play. Like, just create a dead ball, get the defense back situated so you get yourself formed up.
7-5, Southeast of Saline, 3 minutes into the first quarter. They go back to the inbounder here, tight roping this baseline. A shot put up on the backside, blocked by Jacobson, taken in by Sutton Douglas, who has checked into the game. Douglas is in there along with 4 starters as she came in and replaced Addison Rohr. Now ripping off her warm-up is Reagan Duran. She'll be at the table along with Clay Center's Janae Crimmins, who wants to re-enter. Here's a pass, Jacobson, Douglas. Yes. Douglas got it inside to Lexi. Lexi knocked to the deck, and she is fouled. She will go to the free throw line for 2.
Can we talk about Reagan McDonald? I mean, she's 5'11" on the program. Looks a bit taller, but right there, you want to extend her. You want to use Lexi's strengths, and right there, Lexi catches the ball off a high screen on the elbow. She hits the first free throw, attacks the rim. That's where Lexi's really strong. You want to get a bigger body on her. She's going to be quicker than you, and she's so explosive. Draws the foul, and we see McDonald coming out of the game immediately.
Brielle Potacek comes out. Reagan Duran in. Lexi Jacobson made her first free throw. Second one coming up. Chance to put Southeast of Saline up by 4, and she splashes it through. Lexi Jacobson with her first 2 points of the evening. 9-5, Southeast of Saline here leading by the Dolly Parton. 4.5 minutes left to go, first quarter. Right wing, Sarah Smith has it. She squares up, goes triple threat, down to the baseline, nothing there. Here's a steal by Jacobson. Out in the lane, she's going to take it away, down the left-hand side. Got herself gathered up, slowed down just a touch as she hit the break. She was caught from behind as Smith knocks it out of bounds for Clay Center.
And talk about the mismatches that Lexi creates offensively. She does the exact same thing defensively with her athleticism. She takes that post pass away, and she can go the distance, just got caught from behind.
Harris for 3 off the inbounds. Count it. Maddie Harris becomes the 4th Southeast player to score. 12-5.
And you're seeing nobody's thinking twice about an open shot. I love that they're seeing man-to-man defense. You know, they saw so much zone at the Sterling tournament. I think they're kind of relieved. We got some man-to-man. We can get some rubs. We can use our athleticism. Let's get some open shots.
Another near steal by Jacobson. Clay Center will keep it, though. Up top, Johnson with it. She's going to drive.
Yeah.
Leaner tried to go off the window, but she's checked on the floor. That's where the foul will be called, and it's a foul coming up here on Sutton Douglas. That is her first.
And it looks like they're going to call it on the floor. And, yeah, right there, it looked like, you know, just a great job attacking the basket from Johnson. And it looked like Sutton just kind of got caught up, had to put the hands on her. Really good call from the officials.
Ramey Lipker comes into the game. Also, Sarah Beth Martin re-enters the contest. Burrell Potachik will jump up. She'll go to the table. She'll give Abba Pearson her first break. Harris, Potachik, Jacobson, Douglas, Durant on the floor right now for Southeast. Entry pass way up high to Edwards. Potachik's going to strip her, and they're going to call a foul. Boy, Brielle didn't like that call. Neither did Coach Smith. They say a reaching foul on Brielle Potachik. Looks like a good defensive play, but we don't have as good of a look as the official does.
Yeah, it looked like it's one of those things with Lily Edwards with a full head of steam as she was going to the bucket. I thought Brielle had really, really good position. But, yeah, just coming down, Edwards is going. Fouls on Potachik. Edwards drains the first.
Jacobson comes out. Addison Rohr back into the game. Edwards made the first free throw. Second one on its way. Also good. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Lily Edwards has all of the free throw attempts for Clay Center so far. She has brought them now back within 5, 12-7 with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first. Potachik has it. Now she'll cross over. Started back to her right. Now she's going to think about it again and play it through the defense. Out left wing to Maddie Harris. Harris with it. She dances with a defender. Plays it back to Potachik. Potachik now trying to deal it back to the right as she comes back to the left with the dribble. Lot going on inside here with this Clay Center defense. Here's a drive, though, by Durant.
Yes.
She gets tripped up as she falls to the ground, put the ball in the air, and she will have 2 free throws coming up. As Reagan Durant saw an opening baseline, and she took it.
She did, yeah, and you don't know what you don't know right there. I don't know if Durant's been told in that offense, like, you drive. Like, we've seen her shoot so many times, but she saw an opening right there, and Lepker's called for her first. But just an explosive move from the freshman.
Ramey Lipke, who just came in off the bench, committed the foul. Durant misses the first free throw. This game last year in Clay Center was a 45-28 victory for Southeast of Saline. Second free throw by Durant is good. Reagan here early in the season, especially for a freshman, shooting good from the free throw line. So far this season, she's around 60% at 10 of 16. Right now a 6-point Southeast of Saline lead. 2:59 left to go here in the first quarter. Boy, nearly a 5 count there defensively for Addison Rohr. Now a ball tipped away, Sutton Douglas. Rohr goes down after it. It's going to be a tie-up, and the arrow at the table pointing in favor of Southeast of Saline.
And Devin, you talk about those scores, and you talk about like what Clay Center did earlier this year and how they're state ranked in 4A right now, and I think a lot of that credit goes to the freshman Lily Edwards. I mean, she's the real deal, averaging, looking at the notes, I think 14, 15, 16 a game, around that area. And you see her play. She's smooth. She's lanky. I mean, she's just under control. When a freshman comes in, they start doing those things. A lot of things can happen for your team.
Durant just spun off a Tiger defender, goes to Jacobson. Lexi was trying to go across the lane from one side of the rim to the other to Addison Rohr. That gets knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Southeast of Saline.
They're going to Clay Center. I think they're going to talk about it, though.
Yeah, they are. They're going to have a conference about this.
There were far less. There we go. They're going to change it. There were just far less Southeast hands. I mean, there were potentially 4 Clay Center hands compared to 0 Southeast hands.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. It never had a chance to get to Addison Rohr. That's what I was saying. It couldn't have been off her. Here's Potachik, middle of the lane, stops at the free throw line. It works around now, ends up to Jacobson. A violent ball fake from Jacobson. Now to Durant. 3-pointer on the way off the back heel. That's no good. Johnson with the backside rebound for Clay Center. Here come the Tigers running up off the left-hand side. Sarah Smith, who came off the bench, has it. She's a senior who comes in, one of the first Tigers off the bench for Coach Heist. 2:10 left to go here in the first. Here's a drive by McDonald, and she is going to be hacked hard by Reagan Durant.
Yeah, and you see right there, Durant got there late, and that's something she's going to learn as she gets older. You have a post player up at 15 feet at the elbow away. You just want to get good position and make her drive past you. It looks like Durant just got a bad spot, threw the body at her, commits the foul.
Both teams at their limit of fouls for the quarter with 2:08 left to go here in the first. For Reagan Durant, that was her first foul. All 4 Southeast of Saline players that have accumulated fouls just have 1. Nobody has more than that. Johnson holding the basketball, left-hand side. Waited a long time. Now she goes to Edwards on the other side of the lane. Work through McDonald, now back to Johnson, back to Edwards. Edwards wants to drive. Stops underneath the basket, a little pirouette, lost both defenders and ends up dropping it in over the side of the rim. Lily Edwards scores again. She has 7 for Clay Center. Now a poke and a steal by Edwards. Here comes the freshman up the left-hand side of the floor, stopped by Potacik. Edwards, though, will not stop. Throws the basketball up at the rim. That won't go down. Ball on the floor. And it's going to stay with Clay Center as Abba Pearson had it go between her feet and those brightly colored, what do we call those, Ghostbuster slime shoes?
Let's go with it, yeah. I mean, definitely leading the state in shoes. I think we've seen 3 different pairs of shoes from Abba, and they're all loud.
We should have started like a desk calendar with her shoes on. Here's Jacobson with the rebound. She's racing down the floor, taking on 2 Tigers. Blocked at the rim, and it's going to stay with Southeast. Lexi springs up laughing about that. She thought she'd try it. Why not? She didn't have numbers, but she ended up getting the ball now, so where Shauna Smith's squad can run some baseline offense.
Well, I think Lexi's smirk is like, where was the foul? I mean, she attacks the rim super hard, a lot of contact, no foul called, but you got to love that from Lexi.
Maddie Harris has a Tiger leaning on her. She's going to get rid of it to Pearson. Pearson steps through a defender. It's not a travel, but it is called one, and a turnover for Southeast of Saline, their second of the day.
And that's something the Abba's gotten so good at. She's gotten that little shuffle step in right there to a jump stop, off 2 feet. And again, some officials will call that, some won't. It's just that was a negative whistle right there for Southeast Saline.
Going inside of McDonald is Clay Center. Inside a minute left to go. And a little, I don't even want to give it enough value to call it nickel and dime. I'd say penny and nickel foul.
Yeah.
There for Southeast of Saline.
It's really tough to look at. Addison Rohr had position. Hand quickly went on, came off. They teach the officials, hand goes on the body like it's a burner. You pull the hand off immediately, you're going to be fine. Addison Rohr had the body there, gets called at the block.
Johnson to the line for Clay Center, missed the first one. Southeast still leading by 4. Inside a minute left to go. Second free throw is up. That misses as well. Rebound taken in by Addison Rohr. Maddie Harris has it. Left-hand side now to Pearson. Pearson looked momentarily inside at Jacobson. Now Jacobson pops to the top. Here's Harris. Spin move across the paint. Goes to Rohr. Hand off back to Harris. Potacik for 3. Off the front of the rim. Off the side of the rim. Jacobson inside. Got the rebound but can't get the putback. Addison Rohr in there. And she is hammered from behind. Addison Rohr, Lexi Jacobson crashing the boards on the left-hand side for Southeast.
Yeah, just a great job. And it all started with Maddie Harris noticing a mismatch on the baseline. She dribbles the ball through. All of a sudden, the Clay Center defense gets completely out of whack, and you just saw 2 offensive rebounds. Anytime you see offensive rebounds, a lot of times it's because the defense is completely out of the rotation. And you saw right there that Southeast got 2 of them.
Foul on Sarah Beth Martin for Clay Center. She has picked up her second foul. First free throw by Addison Rohr was no good, but she cans the second. All 5 starters now have scored for Southeast of Saline. 6 total Lady Trojans have scored in this first quarter. 25 seconds left to play in the opening period. 14-9, Southeast of Saline. Clay Center's biggest lead so far has been 2 at 2-0. Southeast of Saline's biggest lead has been 7. Clay Center with it. Here's a near steal. It's going to be Southeast ball. Oh, the official missed that too. Reagan Duran came in, knocked it off the foot of Ayla Johnson, and the official gives it to Clay Center.
Yeah, it looked like it went off the foot. Coach Shauna Smith is right there, staying quiet. She's understanding early on. Just keep them on your side.
Try to get the elevator door play up top to the freshman Edwards. That didn't work. Southeast was all over that, and now it will go to Southeast of Saline on the other end as they're shooting free throws on that rebound foul.
Yeah, Abbott's going down for 2. A great position right there, and that's number 2 on the big center, Reagan McDonald right there. I mean, that's a huge foul right there. You don't want to pick up a foul anytime late in the clock. You don't want to do that. And right there, she's just in a bad position. Abba had great position. Huge foul against Clay Center.
Pearson's trip to the free throw line, up and good. We're past the point of talking about the new foul rule, right?
Yes,
we don't need to talk about it anymore.
I think we all got it. Especially if you're avid listeners to 910 KINA, you've got the rules.
We've covered it enough, I think.
It's fun.
Pearson's second free throw up and good. Abba Pearson here in this first quarter alone, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 16-9, back to a 7-point Southeast of Saline lead. Edwards trying to get to the rim at the last minute, runs right in to Carly Zerflew, and a charge taken by Zerflew. This is just the second varsity game for Carly Zerflew. She got in the game against Lions, sank a three-pointer on her first shot of the night, and she came in for defensive purposes there and drew the foul.
And since Devon, it's player control, we're not going to shoot free throws, but just a great job from Zerflew to come in, stand her ground. That is huge for Southeast of Saline.
At the end of one, 16-9, Southeast of Saline. A good quarter of basketball for the Lady Trojans. They lead it by 7. You're listening on KINA and watching live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Southeast of Saline leading 16-9 as we start second quarter action. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Clay Center starts with the basketball. Pretty good quarter of basketball there in the first period, and it's Southeast of Saline right now with the edge.
Yeah, and you're seeing different defenses thrown at Clay Center. They look sometimes just out of sync, confused with it. But Lily Edwards, as we see her stroke a three right there, like she's going to be a problem. You got to make sure you know where she is at all times.
Long three, long rebound. Brielle Potacek gets the rebound off the miss from Edwards. Now she has it on the right wing of this Southeast of Saline offense. Starters on the floor for the Lady Trojans. Potacek along with Harris, along with Pearson, Rohr, and Jacobson. Here's Harris going to the baseline, back out to Jacobson. Abba Pearson with a three-pointer halfway down, and it pops out, and the rebound on the floor will be picked up by Clay Center.
Yeah, right there. Nice ball movement. Abba wide open for three. That's a shot you don't mind seeing at all if you're Southeast Saline.
Southeast right now equaling their biggest lead of the game, a 7-point advantage as they are up 16-9. Still looking for our first points of the second quarter here by both of these squads as we are over a minute in. And now a pushing foul will be called here against Southeast of Saline. It's on Abba Pearson, who has a quizzical look on her face.
And it looks like it's the same from everybody. I mean, I think at one point Maddie thought maybe the foul was on her. Coach Shauna Smith's asking as well. There's a lot of questions. But yeah, and again, you see Shauna just either she's dancing or she's asking for the exact same call at the other side.
Consistency, right? That's what we all demand.
Without a doubt.
16-9, as you said. Clay Center trailing with the basketball. Lily Edwards plays it off to, I think it was Johnson down low. Clay Center turns it over, ends up with a Lexi Jacobson run out. Lexi missed the layup on the left-hand side. Maddie gets the rebound, hands it back to her on the right-hand side. Lexi missed that one, but she was fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Right now, Coach Smith is very unhappy with Maddie. She wants to see Maddie get that offensive rebound, go right back up. Nevertheless, gives it to Jacobson, goes to the free throw line, misses the first. But shoot, Maddie.
Do you think in Maddie's mind, though, because she didn't have a great angle at the board, she was partially under the rim, do you think in her mind she could give it to Lexi and then screen out that Clay Center defender? Because it was a 2-on-1 for a minute.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and we're not down there. We have nobody flying at us. We also know that Maddie just needs to get shots up, as you see Jacobson hit the second.
Our brain does not work as fast as Maddie.
No, especially on the basketball court. That girl sees things way quicker than most of us do.
She can probably tell us right now how the third quarter starts. She's that far ahead.
As you see right there, great defensive play from the quarterback, Maddie Harris.
Sixth turnover for Southeast of Saline. Harris flips it out to Jacobson, now to Pearson.
Yes.
Jumper left-hand side is silky smooth from Abba Pearson. She is sitting on 8 points and has given Southeast a 10-point advantage, and a timeout called by Clay Center. We will take it. A full timeout for Clay Center. 19-9 19-9. Southeast of Saline leading it. 5:59 left to go here in the second period. It's Lady Trojan basketball.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
19-9. 10-point lead here by Southeast of Saline. That prompted a timeout for Clay Center. Also, Boston Craig, a 5-foot sophomore, comes onto the floor. She is stuck right now with the defensive efforts of Maddie Harris. Clay Center's also put on the floor Ramey Lipker, a freshman for the second time. Here's a shot put up by the Tigers. That's no good. Rebound, Abigail Pearson. Pearson up across the timeline. A chance to extend this lead once again. Right now sitting on double digits with 10. Southeast has yet to yield any points here in this second quarter. Brielle Potacek from downtown. That one went around the world on the inside of the cylinder and came out. The rebound will be awarded here to Southeast of Saline as it went out of bounds. Looked like Ava Pearson might have been the last one to touch it. I think they're going to get this one conferenced and make it back the other way, too. They did this earlier. Kept one with Southeast of Saline. Now they're conferencing again. This probably should be Clay Center ball.
And, Devin, I love it when officials get together. I mean, there's different angles going at all times, and they're going to give the ball to Clay Center. I think that's 100% the correct call. I just love it when they get together. When you're an official on that baseline, you have so many things you're looking at. The ball goes off. You don't always see who it goes off of. Somebody might have a better angle. Great job from the officials to get it right.
So Clay Center will get it here. 5:09 left to go, second quarter. Trailing by 10. Lob pass over the top. Pearson came over to get it. Kind of whiffed, though, on that ball, and it's going to be dropped in off the window down low by Ramey Lipker.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times, the post entry pass right there, and we've seen a Southeast defender get there. We just saw Abba was just a split second too late, and if you're a split second too late, it's an easy bucket. But next time, I'm assuming Abba's going to be there.
Southeast of Saline with the ball, playing it out high. Clay Center, a little bit of a zone here. Potacek with it. Now Jacobson. Those two play catch up high. Now Potacek will look over at her coach. Coach Smith gives her a signal. Now they're going to spread it out here. They're going to move the post players from the blocks to the elbows, go a little 1-4 high.
And now it looks like they're back into a man. Might have transitioned right there in that one possession.
Pearson on the drive. They're going to call the block on Clay Center down low. Block foul will go against Sarah Smith. That is her first. For Clay Center, their first team foul here in the period. Each team has one. For Clay Center, that is two.
And, Devin, we talk about how disappointing the Sterling tournament was, but there's so many bright spots you can still take out of it. And I think we just talked about a little bit right there, off air is Abigail Pearson is coming into herself offensively. She's starting to figure out maybe it's not all about layups. Maybe it's not all about the three-point shot. She's working herself into the 15-footer. That's giving her more of a game insight as well, and you're seeing her offensive efficiency just flourish right now.
Here's the shocking thing about Abba Pearson. The amount of free throws that she has shot, she is shooting more free throws than Lexi Jacobson. And it's not even close coming into this game now. It's Abba by 10. And that is telling you right now she's being more aggressive.
Yes.
She's not settling for bad shots. She's not only getting rebounds, but she's attacking the rim.
And that's going to put people in a lot of, odd circumstances. How do you guard her?
Three-pointer, Clay Center off the back of the rim. No good. Maddie Harris wrecks the rebound. She's going to play a full-court pass up the floor from the half-court stripe, I should say, is a half-court pass to Reagan Duran. And now Abba Pearson has it. She'll play it back to Harris. Left-hand side now, Lexi Jacobson has it. She's leaning on a Tiger as she goes to the elbow. Now she wants to set a screen for Pearson. Pearson a little back and forth, shake and bake. Had her ball partially blocked, hit the side of the rim, and Clay Center will come away with it. Johnson stops at half court, and now will hand it off to Lily Edwards. 3:20 left to play here in the second quarter. Don't forget, we'll catch up with Bryson Flax. We did not get to talk to Coach Flax after the big win against Scott City to get third place at the Sterling Tournament. Here's a steal by Lexi Jacobson. Turnover number 7 for Clay Center.
And Devin, this Southeast defense, it feels like an old school Shauna Smith game, right? Like this defense is just getting down and dirty.
Sutton Douglas, little give and go with Pearson. Douglas can't get it off the window, and a rebounding foul, I believe, that will be issued. Nope, I was going to say Reagan Duran, but it is Sutton Douglas. That is her second. Would have been number 2 on either one of them. Douglas will pick it up. That is her second.
And I love Douglas. Douglas right there on that left block is so strong, and she had the freshman Lily Edwards on her. Edwards really strong defensively, just stayed straight up, got the defensive rebound, and drew the foul on Sutton.
Southeast still protecting a 10-point lead as we go inside 3 minutes left to play here before halftime. Here's a little backdoor cut defended nicely by Addison Rohr. Maddie Harris will peel the steal away. Turnover count right now unofficially is 8-2. Clay Center with 6 more turnovers. Jacobson up top. Over to Duran. Duran plays it back left to Pearson. Now back to the right, Duran. Good ball movement. Will spring Maddie Harris open for a free throw line jump shot. That's no good. Here comes Edwards back the other way. All gas, no brakes. Runs into Harris. Maddie wasn't set. She'll get the block.
Yeah, right there on Maddie. I mean, Maddie just got caught in a basket. She got to her position early right there. You just got to tell her either just go for the ball and get the body out of the way. Don't commit a foul there. You can't give just gimme fouls, especially to a good free throw shooter like Lily Edwards.
How much of a conversation is that in the locker room during the halftime break for the second half? We've seen now the pattern is the trend. Edwards is not going to stop when she goes to the rim. She's going all the way through, step in front of her, get the charge, as Carly Zerflew did in the half.
Yeah, you either got to step in the way or just, I don't want to say olay her and let her go, but you've got to make her give up the basketball. She's got to be she's the first threat when she has the basketball. She's the most dangerous one. She's the leading scorer. Take the basketball out of her hands. Make somebody else beat you. Don't let Lily Edwards be the one to get a wide open layup.
She has 9, and from the free throw line, 5 of those. 21-13. Back to an 8-point Southeast advantage. 2:10 left to go. Pearson, right elbow. Now to Potacek. Brielle shoots the left elbow jumper. She is fouled, and she made it. Ripped through the cords, and Potacek will get an and-one situation.
And right there we see the foul called because Brielle didn't have room to land. You've got to give the offensive player room to land on their jump shot, and right there Brielle comes through as she hits the free throw for the three-point play. You got to give them a safe spot to land, and that's where we saw Clay Center. They came in, blocked her out, didn't give her a safe spot to land.
Sarah Smith off the bench for Clay Center. That is her 3rd personal foul. She'll have to go to the bench as Potacek makes the free throw. Brielle now has 6. 1:55 left to play before the break. Clay Center with the basketball. That Southeast lead back to double digits here at 11. Boston Craig also back into the contest here for Clay Center. Clay Center offense just kind of stagnant at times.
Yeah, it looks a little bit out of whack, and you don't know how much of that is that Southeast defense. You know, again, you only get so much film. You can't look at every single game. And the last 5-6 games of film, you're seeing nothing but zone. Now all of a sudden you're seeing man-to-man defense. That's not easy to prepare for.
Just an observation. I'm going to throw it out there. It may or may not be true. I've seen this before, though, with other teams that have a phenomenal freshman inserted. Look back at what Southeast of Saline did about, 7 years ago when Carson Slagner came in. Everybody knew that she was the one. Mm-hmm. And she is playing on the floor, and things were kind of clunky at times because you don't know what is going on. And as some of those upperclassmen, their basketball knowledge wasn't as much as what Slagner's was.
Yeah, without a doubt. And sometimes you just have to let them go. And if you can just control that and, take that fuse out. And sometimes you're going to let them go off and you're going to make other players beat you. And right now it looks like that's what Southeast is doing.
Southeast with the basketball, inside of a minute left to go. Here's a drive by Durant, elevates, can't get it to go. She got her own rebound. Might have been fouled from behind. The official didn't see that, and he will let it go to Clay Center. Back the other way. Edwards again, driving down the right-hand side of the floor, and now a foul will be called as Pearson collided with the 5-foot Boston Craig. Craig went rolling gymnastics style out of bounds, and a foul will be called here on Southeast of Saline on the floor. It's the 4th team foul.
So I think it's on Potacek.
They called that on Brielle. Yeah, that is her second.
And I don't mind the call if somebody goes flying, but I don't think Boston Craig was set. I don't think Boston Craig understood she was setting a screen. I think she just went rolling because she was in a bad spot. It's a tough foul against Southeast.
There's a drive to the baseline. Nothing there being produced for Clay Center. They kick it out to Edwards for a three. Now a run out off the front of the rim for Lexi Jacobson. Uncontested down the left-hand side of the floor. The closest person to her, Brielle Potapchik in her sidecar, and Lexi scores. 5 points for Lexi Jacobson. That lead now for Southeast up to a baker's dozen. They have doubled up Clay Center here in this second quarter. 26-13. 12 seconds left to go. Near steal by Duran. Craig will shoot it on the runner. Off the front of the rim, no good. Southeast has it. 7 seconds left. Here comes Potapchik up across the timeline. 3 seconds left. Brielle to the middle of the floor. Top of the key. Unleashes a three and it won't go. Just missing to the right. And Southeast of Saline closes out a phenomenal second quarter of play. 26-13, our score. Southeast of Saline leads it as we are at halftime, and it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. When we come back, numbers from the first half. We'll also have a chat with Bryson Flax. We'll get to chat Southeast of Saline guys basketball. It's all coming up here at the break. Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans lead it 26-13 over Clay Center right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalineHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalineHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Pretty good first half of basketball there for Southeast of Saline's ladies. 26-13. They have Clay Center right now doubled up here at the break as they were able to fend off a Clay Center charge. Clay Center got as close to 8 points in that second quarter, but then Southeast of Saline had a surge there going into the locker room to establish their biggest lead so far of the game. Time now to look ahead to our second game of the doubleheader tonight. Of course, it'll be Southeast of Saline's guys, and I couldn't wait for this conversation because we did not have a chance to talk to head coach Bryson Flax after the big victory and the third-place finish at the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Coach Boyd, this game was really a lot of fun against Scott City. You guys get the victory 49-47 over a good 4A school in the Scott City Beavers. The first thing that really comes to my mind about this game and what really resonated with me was the amount of effort your guys put in. How'd you feel about this game on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we were really tough, physical. We really did. I thought we got after it. There were a couple big plays made by saving possessions, getting on the floor, and then we stole a couple that way, and we battled on the glass. And all in all, what we're looking for, obviously, is consistency with that. It can't be every other night or every 2 nights. It's got to be, every possession we got to battle. And so, we've obviously been talking about building off of what that was, because that was a very, very good win for our program. That not a lot of people, I think, thought we had a fighting chance to be in that game, let alone, find a way to win it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people that gave you a chance, especially watching Scott City play the night before in the semifinal against Hugoton, where that goes into double overtime. But I thought Scott City kind of played at the pace that really kind of favored you guys in the way you played defensively. It's all about making shots, but as you said, it was 50-50 balls that really turned this game around for you. You're down by 5 at the end of 1. You go into the locker room down by 6, but still, you're in it against a really good basketball team. There was a period of time in this third quarter where there was no such thing as a 50-50 ball when Gannon Jacobson was around. I repeatedly, probably every 3 of 5 words out of my mouth was Gannon Jacobson. because he was doing so many things, and then all of a sudden that just spread like a fire through your team. We saw everybody on the floor doing things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is contagious. It takes one kid in against Scott City. That was Gannon, you're right, and it takes one kid and the others kind of open their eyes and see how much of a difference they can make without even putting the ball through the basket or grabbing a board. Sometimes it's the little things, and Gannon's just got to continue to do that kind of stuff for us. I think as the season progresses, I think we're seeing that Gannon's turning into probably our best player. He's got a lot of room to grow, and that's what I love about him, and I think he can be really good for us down the stretch.
There was also a result of your defense and just the way that you were able to scramble around and play Scott City in the second half. Jackson Rumford, the junior from them, he was sensational. He's a good basketball player, but he's the only one that you let score in the second half. In the third quarter alone, it took them all the way to the 2:42 mark left in the third quarter before you gave up their first points.
Yeah, we did a really nice job defensively. We kind of, it wasn't necessarily making huge adjustments at the break. It was just, continue to do what we're doing, but dominate the glass. And that was the biggest thing, is don't give up, easy second chance points to get them going. And obviously when the Rumford kid got going, we don't have a guy that can really match with him, so then it becomes same thing that we've seen with like Britt Dutton in the past and the Ratzliff kid in the past, and it's kind of let them go get theirs and make sure everybody else kind of stays in check, stays off the glass, and see if we can outscore them. And again, I just thought there were stretches in that game we just played harder than them, and so and that's good for us. We have to be able to do that to be in games.
Scott City drops down to 8-3. You go to 5-5. You told me before we even started that tournament, you felt looking at the field, you guys were one of the top 4 teams in the tournament. Well, you proved that. You come out with a 2-1 record. You also get third place in the tournament, proving that you're in the top 4. It's easy when you win that first game, right? And you go to the winner's side of that standard 18 bracket to play some really good teams and to drop and leave there 1-2. But you guys were able to avoid doing that. You come out 2-1. Overall, how do you feel about the tournament?
It was really good for us. Obviously, you saw what Sterling did to Hugoton as well. And Hugoton looked a little gassed maybe from the night before, but Sterling's a good ball club. We were able to see them, and then Scott, being able to play against Scott. Those are two state tournament quality teams, caliber teams that we consider quality opponents, and we played a lot of them this year, and we've got a lot left of them to play, and we just have to continue to improve and continue to take steps forward.
Tyler and I talked about this on the girls' side. I'm curious to get your thoughts on the guys' side. With the lack of practice last week before Sterling, and then 3 games in a row, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, really postponing the Republic County game wasn't a disaster, we thought, on the girls' side. How do you feel like on the guys' side?
I'll just say this. We had a fantastic practice on that Tuesday that the game got canceled. It was probably, if not the best, it was the second best practice we've had this year. Our guys competed. They really got after it. So I definitely, you need to get those games in, but it was good for us to practice at the level that we practiced, because it was phenomenal for us.
Clay Center coming in tonight. This has been part of the fun series with those NCKL schools. What do you know about the Tigers this year?
Well, it's essentially the same group they had last year, and they made a run to state last year, and they can get downhill. They go to the basket with purpose, and if you help too much or get beat too much, they're very capable perimeter shooters. So we got to be really good defensively and make sure we're good against the drive.
What do you want to see from your guys tonight? More importantly, how do you carry over what happened Saturday and also in practice on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's the big thing, is build off of that. We have to match intensity. We got to make sure we're on the floor. We got to make sure we're doing a nice job on the boards. it's not reinventing the wheel, it's just polishing them. And so, we just got to keep getting better.
Polish away, my friend. We'll talk to you after the game.
Appreciate it.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on the Clay Center Tigers. We're 90 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. Southeast of Saline's ladies lead it here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Aceria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure you are fueled up and ready for whatever may be around the corner, no matter what time of day. Now live at Aceria Oil and Hardware, 24/7 pumps. No matter what time of day or night, your gas and diesel tanks can rely on us. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Aceria Oil and Hardware, located in Aceria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
With record-breaking enrollment, great new facilities, and top-notch activities, Kansas Wesleyan University is the place to be. Whether you want to study nursing, elementary education, criminal justice, or social work, our academic programs will open doors for your future, all while you participate in activities like music, theater, or athletics. Learn more about why KWU is the place to be by visiting kwU.edu. That's kwU.edu.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
26-13, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here for you. Just about ready to start third quarter action. So far, Abbott Pearson leads the way, leading all scorers with 10 points. 6 points for Brielle Patacic, 5 points Lexi Jacobson, 3 for Maddie Harris, 1 for Addison Rohr, and 1 for Reagan Duran. Southeast of Saline starts out with the basketball. Clay Center is being led by Lily Edwards with 3, 2 points for Ramey Lipker, and 2 points for Sarah Smith off the bench. Big story in that first half, though, is Brielle Patacic shoots a three-pointer to open up the second half. That is no good. Rohr with the rebound on the backside, and Southeast of Saline continues. As I was saying, Tyler, big story about that first half was really turnovers, right? 8-2. Clay Center had 6 more turnovers.
Yeah, it's that defense. It's the smothering defense from Southeast Saline right now, and it's not always easy to leading to easy buckets on the other side, but it's just smothering. It's getting yourself more possessions than the other team, and you start doing that over and over, and great things are going to happen for you.
It's 26-13, our score. Basketball goes out of bounds here. It will be Clay Center basketball.
But we're seeing multiple defensive looks. I mean, they're coming. You're seeing zone. You're seeing man. It's coming at you. We've seen both teams change the middle of possessions. Like little things like that happen over and over, and you just see how things start working for you from the defensive side. You see a great job right there from Lexi knocking the ball away, and who else? Abbott Pearson, who's just doing it all tonight, getting on the floor for a loose ball. The ball will stay with Clay Center.
Abbott Pearson down there to tie it up. The arrow. I want to know what happened to our big fancy glass arrow that you could see from all directions in the gym. We went back to like the 1993 metal box that we can't see.
It makes it tough up here. We have to rely on the officials, which we love officials. It's not always the easiest for us to call.
I mean, that's like circa back to when Devin was a sophomore in high school. You didn't want to run into that thing. I ended up on the scores table one time going after a loose ball, and I still got a scar on my back. That thing had corners. It's not friendly.
See right there, a quick inbound right there to just Reagan McDonald. Nice. So they had a set play, and they saw that McDonald had position on Rohr. Rohr just kind of got caught. Smaller person in that position. McDonald's going to the free throw line for 2.
Addison Rohr will pick up her second foul. To the free throw line will be Reagan McDonald. She has not scored, has not shot a free throw. All the free throws but 2 have been shot by Lily Edwards. Ayla Johnson had the other 2, but this one is up and in for Reagan McDonald. Bryson Flax just dropped a quote of the night on me. He said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, you just have to polish the wheels you have.
Exactly.
2 free throws up here for Reagan McDonald. 26-15. 11-point advantage here as we're just underway second half. Southeast of Saline leading the state-ranked Clay Center Tigers. Southeast wearing white, Clay Center wearing black. If you're watching live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. That's brought to you by Salina Regional Sports Medicine. Shot up by Lexi Jacobson, hits the side of the rim, glances off to the Tigers who bring it back the other way offensively. Man-to-man defense being applied here by Southeast of Saline. Edwards holding it. Now she'll take one dribble, hand it off to Crimmins. Crimmins takes one dribble as well. Skip pass over the top of everybody. Looked like Sarah Beth Martin wanted the three. She's going to settle for a two. It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Southeast of Saline will take it back.
And David, here's what I love about Southeast. You know, we've talked about Brielle, and we've talked about how she's gone cold. Brielle's on Lily Edwards. I mean, Lily Edwards is the one player that can keep Clay Center in this game. They have 15 points. I mean, Lily's going to get hers. She's got a lot of them in transition, but Brielle she's such a team girl. All these players are. They don't care about individual statistics. They care about what they can do for the good of the team.
Oh, Lexi Jacobson's going to get punished for hustling. And I say that because there was a loose ball on the floor. Lexi dove for the ball, and the official on the baseline calls her for a foul. It's Lexi's first foul. Man, you love to see that hustle, and you hate to see him get punished for it.
Yeah, without a doubt, because it's not anything that Lexi created or caused. It was just a loose ball on the floor. Looked like just multiple players going after, but Lexi gets saddled with a tough foul.
McDonald drives from the free throw line in. She missed the layup on the left-hand side, got her own rebound. She'll go back at it with the baby hook. That's no good, and now Addison Rohr will foul her from behind on the rebound. It's not a shooting foul, but for Addison Rohr now, that will be her third foul, and that will spring Sutton Douglas into action.
And we're seeing it all of a sudden. We're seeing that Reagan McDonald, the big post player from Clay Center, starting to just kind of become more and more involved offensively for Clay Center.
Averages 6.5 a game. She did not score in the first half. Couple of free throws here already. She's the only person to score so far in this third quarter. 26-15, Southeast of Saline. 5:45 left to go here in the third period. Here's a pass into Isla Johnson, and it's up and good.
Yeah, and right there, Isla Johnson had good position. So they've been going against that zone. They've been going high post, low post, and right there, Isla Johnson at the low post. She got good position on Jacobson, and there's really nothing Lexi could do. She got sealed off. Good finish from Isla.
Southeast still looking for their first points of the third quarter. Their lead has been cut down to single digits. It's 9, 26-17. Near steal there by Isla Johnson. Pearson, though, has it on the left wing. She'll come back middle of the floor. Abba swings it to the right now to Maddie Harris. Harris, top of the circle. Lexi Jacobson shoots the three. Off hard, up the backboard, off the rim. Now Edwards has it. Out in the middle of the floor. Here's Edwards. Jacobson will force her out away from the basket, stopping that break. Skip pass now. Ends up back to the left to Sarah Beth Martin. Martin took a long look inside. She has 3 Tigers in the same area. Really poor spacing that time, and now Clay Center will reset it and get everybody spread back out.
And you can tell that Coach Heist made a really big point of emphasis. Get the ball down low. You got to use your bigs. I mean, there's a complete size advantage for Clay Center. We didn't see a lot of post play from them in the first half, but you can see that that's definitely a point of contention in the second half for Clay Center.
McDonald wanting it in the keyhole. She has it. Now she's going to drive to the right. She is checked with the body early in that drive. She made the basket off the glass, but she was fouled on the floor, and this will go against Sutton Douglas, who also has 3. A timeout called by Shauna Smith. And a good conversation here because Sutton Douglas and Addison Rohr, 2 of her post defenders, both have 3 fouls. 4:31 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout as we step away. Southeast of Saline, Lady Trojan basketball on KINA.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Saline Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Saline Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
4:31 left to go here in the third. Devin and Tyler back here, Southeast of Saline in the Purple Palace for the first time in 5.5 weeks. Good crowd building for a Thursday night as well. Clay Center with it. They have gotten this Southeast lead down to 9. Now a poke out by Lexi Jacobson. Loose ball picked up by Reagan Duran, and then she is fouled as Reagan Duran comes up with the gritty play for Southeast.
Yeah, right there. There's a loose ball. Duran grabs a hold of it, and there's 3 Clay Center players all over. They're going to give that foul to, looks like to number 23.
Janae Crimmins. It's her second.
There you go. And that foul could have gone to 3 different players. Crimmins picks up her second, but yeah, just create loose balls, continue to create havoc, get hands in spaces, and see if positive things can happen for you for Southeast.
Approaching the midway mark of the third quarter, Southeast still looking for their first points. Pearson over a double team is going to score. Over the 4 and the 5 spots of this Clay Center defense, Ava Pearson has just set a new career high with 12. Her last 3 games now, 11, 11, and now 12 so far here tonight with a lot of time left to go. That was a timely basket for Southeast. And a charge will be called as Maddie steps in to Lily Edwards. And Maddie Harris might be a little banged up here, but she was there on time. She got a block, remember, in the first half.
Yeah, she did. And you could tell right there, like, the feet were set. And if you're watching this game on SalinaPost.com, you could say that she was really deep. And she was really deep. In the high school game, there's not that restricted area. Maddie was deep. She was set. She draws the foul. She's feeling it right now. And that's number 2 on the freshman phenom, Lily Edwards.
Official giving her a little bit of time to get her breath back. That is the second on Edwards, as you said, and also the second turnover for Clay Center here in this third quarter. They have 10 for the game. Jacobson from 15 feet, all the way around the rim and in. Lexi had one like that. So did Brielle in the first half that went all the way around the inside of the rim and fell out. That one went in.
Well, that all came. Nice entry pass into Abbott. There's 2 players that convert on her, and she kicks it out. And we're used to a kick out going for a 3-pointer, but right there you give it to your post player Lexi, who just is at 15 feet, and she's right there. And Lex does a great job defensively forcing the turnover on Clay Center.
Reagan Duran over there causing havoc as well, as Clay Center really doesn't know what to do with her. They got a freshman of their own, but Southeast has one as well, and it's Reagan Duran, and she is making some really good defensive plays in this game.
Yes, Duran's motor that's so impressive from her. She just continues to go. She's from that state championship cross country team. There's no stopping her, and defensively that's what makes her so difficult to handle.
Here's Pearson with it. She's going to curl around. Has her shot partially blocked, and the official said that she traveled with it. She just got caught up in a chaotic spot that time and turned the ball over just for the second time here in the half and only the 4th time in the game.
Yeah, she did right there, and that was really good defense from Lily Edwards. And she was exactly straight up, just like you're taught it. She kept her feet still and just kind of forced Abbott in a tough spot.
Skip pass over the top. This is going to go to Sarah Smith, and a hand check foul will be whistled, a very brief hand check. You said that, and I like the way you put it in the first half, how that's coached. It's like a burner, right? You put your hand on it, you take it right back off. I thought that's what Reagan Duran did there, but the official might have thought she got a little too much of a push when she made that contact with the hand.
Yeah, and that's a big one. That's a 15 foul on Southeast. So now Clay Center's going to be shooting 2 free throws for the next 2 minutes and 54 seconds of the third quarter.
First free throw up is good. Sarah Smith, that is her 3rd point. Sarah has 3 fouls of her own. For Reagan Duran, that is her 2nd personal. Right now, Southeast playing without Sutton Douglas and Addison Rohr, both on the bench with 3 fouls. Second free throw by Smith is up and good. That gives her 4 points. 30-19. Southeast of Saline leading. 2:49 left to play here in the third period. Lexi Jacobson with it. Potacik, now Harris gets it back. Maddie will play it over to the left-hand side. Now swing it back to Duran, who zips it to Harris. Harris, a good look inside to Jacobson, but just moving a little too quick there. It glanced off Lexi's left arm, and that's a turnover for Southeast. Southeast now back to the defensive end. Clay Center looking inside to Candace Lippy, who came in. She's off the bench as a junior. Near steal there by Potacik. Edwards is going to save it for the Tigers. Clock down to 2:10 here in the third. Skip pass over the top. Smith has it. She wants to drive. Gets in underneath the arms of Lexi Jacobson. And again, not much contact there, but a foul called by the baseline official.
Yeah, it looked like right there. Smith just slips underneath Lexi, like you said. Lexi's straight up, but it was the body, I think, that he's going to call the foul on. And we're seeing, and again, you have to understand, you can't do this when you're playing. You can't understand where the officials are. We're seeing a lot of touch fouls from this particular official, and that you have to adjust. You've got to play a lot with your feet and understand that foul is going to get called.
Second on Lexi. 3-point attempt by Sarah Smith is no good. She missed her free throw. Now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 2 minutes left to go. Back to within 9. And now Southeast turns it over again. That is 3 consecutive turnovers for Southeast of Saline. (30-21).
Nice little step through right there. It looked like some steps. I think Ayla Johnson right there did a really good job just stepping through. Nice finish from Johnson.
Southeast has it back here. They need to have a productive go at the lane, and they turn it over again. That is 4 consecutive turnovers for the Lady Trojans.
And right there we saw Ava lose the ball. I don't know where the travel was. There was no basketball in her hands. Coach Sean Smith wants to know if there was a foul anywhere, but nevertheless, ball goes back to Clay Center. You really need a strong possession. You need a strong defensive possession right now for Southeast, and you've got to have a strong offensive one as well.
Trying to go back door. Reagan Duran knocked that one towards the baseline. Clay Center saves it, though, and the Lady Tigers play on. 1:17 left to go here in the third quarter. Again, Southeast of Saline playing man-to-man here. Smith took a couple of dribbles towards the basket, now plays it to Edwards. She gets it underneath and scores.
They're overloading that one side. They're overloading. They're just trying to clear out one side. And right there, Edwards took complete control of an empty left side. There was no help defense that could come over in time.
It's an 8-0 run here for Clay Center. And it's been compounded by Southeast of Saline now with 5 consecutive turnovers as they whistle a traveling call on Reagan Durant. Addison Rohr will check out. Maddie Harris back in. 51 seconds left to play here in the third.
Yeah, Clay Center's done a great job this third quarter, just uglying the game up a lot. They played really strong defensively. They're starting to take advantage of this. As you see right there, strong man-to-man defense. They hit the backdoor cut, layup not made from Clay Center.
35 seconds left to play. Harris drives the lane, kicks it out to Durant. Her 2-point shot, long ways away, is no good. It's an air ball. Clay Center has it back. Here comes Edwards. Underneath the rim, wide open is Ramey Lipker. Down to a 3-point game. 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Big run here of 10-0 by the Tigers. And now an unforced turnover as Maddie Harris went to the left of Brielle Potacek. And goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Southeast look completely out of whack right now. Like, they need to make a strong finish in the last 6 seconds to get to the fourth quarter.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Edwards with it. She'll play it out. Long distance three from Clay Center will miss. And Southeast of Saline takes a narrow lead into the fourth quarter after only scoring 4 points in the third. 30-27, our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 3, fourth and final quarter. Coming up when we come back here on KINA.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
8 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter is here. 30-27. Currently a 10-0 run, Tyler, by this Clay Center Tiger squad. And Southeast of Saline helping them out with a cluster of turnovers there in the third.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a lot differently defensively from Clay Center. Offensively, we have. I mean, they're making a concerted effort to get the ball down in the post a little bit more. And I think that's created some issues because you're having to substitute players out. All of a sudden, you don't have post players down low if you're Southeast.
Pearson gets to the rim, can't get that to go, but she gets her own rebound off the miss. Harris now will drive, kick it back out to Pearson. Here's a screen. Clay Center in right into Harris. A lot of contact. Now Jacobson hits the deck, and they're going to get a foul here on Sarah Smith. That is number 4.
Well, and we saw Smith run through a hard Maddie Harris screen. It was the same official that saw that. And all of a sudden she runs through Potacek, but Potacek was set. Unlike Harris. Harris just kind of caught a glancing blow. Potacek catches the tough one, had her feet set, fouls on Smith.
First foul of the quarter. Southeast in desperate need of some points here. They still lead it by 3, but they were up by 13 on 2 different occasions. Here's Brielle Potacek for 3, and she doubles
there you go.
Southeast of Saline's lead.
And you talk about confidence. When you have a shooter that continues to shoot and you continue to tell them to shoot right there, Duran with a steal.
Here's Reagan Duran coming down the floor. Reckless to the rim. Can't draw the foul. Lost the basketball. It's going to go out of bounds off of Clay Center, though, as you got to give Reagan a lot of credit. She took on 2 Tigers that time and was able to get to the rim, and the ball knocked out of her hands.
But, Devin, back to the point about Brielle. Like you said earlier, if you tell a shooter to quit shooting, you don't have that opportunity. We were just talking about the lull and the drought that Southeast was in. Big shot Brielle comes through in a huge way for the Trojans.
Pearson inside got tied up, but she jerked the ball free, then saved it on a diving tap to Duran. Here's Potacik with it. Now a handoff to Maddie Harris. And 1 minute off the clock here in the fourth quarter. Duran in traffic. Kicked it out. She's looking for Brielle. Lost the basketball, though. It's stolen away by Clay Center. It was Janae Crimmins who got out in the passing lane.
Yeah, it was the freshman right there. Just kind of making a freshman mistake. Just got a bit too fast with the basketball, not securing it right there. Turnover from Reagan Duran.
33-27. Clay Center with the deficit. Here as Southeast scored with a Burrell Potacik three-pointer to start the quarter. That stopped a 10-0 Tiger run. Here's Clay Center with it on the left. Little fake by Lippy. She's going to get to the basket. That's no good. Pearson had rebounding position, had a Clay Center Tiger all over her backside.
No.
And the foul will go against Abba Pearson, and they're going to say it was a shooting foul.
That's tough. It looked like Abba had great position down low. I don't know what else Abba could have done. I thought that might have been a no whistle or a foul on Clay Center, but they called the foul on Abba, and it sends number 20, Rami Lepker, to the free throw line.
Lepker makes the first free throw. That gives her 5 in the game. That's her first free throw attempt, and it was successful. Second free throw on the way. Looked just like the first. Half a dozen now for Lepker. Her and Sarah Smith each have a half a dozen off the bench for the Tigers. 33-29. 6:08 left to go. Jacobson on the left-hand side. Skip pass over the defense to Harris. Harris now in the corner to Pearson. Pearson wants to drive. Gets around her defender. Free pass to the basket. Off the move. Abba Pearson with 14.
Well, Abba did a great job of going to the baseline, but it was that final dribble she took right there that got her body in direction. She created a great angle for herself. Abigail Pearson is coming, just growing leaps and bounds before our eyes, Devin.
Back to a 6-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Clay Center with the basketball. On the right-hand side, Johnson has it. Now she skips it around. Up top it goes. Now ends up on the left with Edwards. Edwards had her pass tipped and taken away by Maddie Harris. Here comes Maddie up the floor to the right-hand side in front of the scores table now to Pearson. Abba plays it back middle to Harris. Harris will swing it left to Potacik. Now to Jacobson on the left wing. Now a skip pass again. Harris wants the three. Harris has the three. Maddie Harris, her second one of the night. And Southeast of Saline is back up by 9. Harris, Potacik, and Pearson all with big buckets. And a timeout here called by Clay Center. We will take it as well. It's a full timeout. Tigers, 5:12 left to go, and a 9-point Southeast lead on KINA.
Does your free checking put more cash in your account? Does it give you free range access to ATMs nationwide? If not, tap into superpowered free Kasasa cashback checking at the Bank of Teskid. Visit bankofteskid.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Teskid.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to full-service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
5:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline leads it by 9, 38-29. After Clay Center chopped their lead down to 3. Couple of big buckets there for the Lady Trojans. Here's Clay Center now with it. Sarah Beth Martin had it on the left wing. Now the basketball ends up in between the rings, middle of the floor, to Lily Edwards. High post entry now, Lipker. Lipker turning, nothing there. Clay Center being patient here on this drive. Here's a drive on this possession, a drive to the baseline. Back out here, Edwards' little stutter step. Skips it back out, three-pointer on the way. Wow. And a good possession by the Tigers as Janae Crimmins nails her first basket of the night, and it's a three-pointer from the right wing.
Yeah, great look from Edwards to Crimmins right there. It looked like the Southeast defense is doing a great job just flowing. Just when you're in that zone, you just kind of get caught behind. Crimmins drills the three.
Back to a 6-point Southeast of Saline lead, and the official stops the game momentarily. There was something on the floor. Maddie Harris will pick it up. They put it over here out of harm's way. Abba Pearson now will inbound it for Southeast. Starters on the floor for Southeast of Saline along with Pearson. There's Harris, Patochik, Jacobson, and Addison Rohr. 4:09 left to go here in the game. Here's Jacobson, a drive. She shovels it back. Middle of the lane, Addison Rohr, her first field goal of the night.
Yeah, it's right place, right time. You saw right there Jacobson had a mismatch. She drives baseline. Defender can't stay with her. Help side comes. Nice, easy dish. Rohr finishes for Southeast.
40-32 halfway through this fourth quarter. 3:49 left to play. Tigers have it back. They trail by 8. Looking inside, mid-lane entry to McDonald. She looked to the left, now played it back to the right to Isla Johnson. Johnson wants to drive into the paint, splits two Southeast defenders and scores. Isla Johnson now with 6.
A really big-time move from Isla. Johnson just saw that she had the defender sealed off by her big post player McDonald. McDonald just continued to stay with that seal, and Johnson took the biscuit to the basket.
Pearson wide open, but that window closed really quickly, and now an unfortunate call for Clay Center. And Coach Heist might lose it here. A foul was called. It'll send Abba Pearson to the line. I didn't see it that way. I thought it was a block. Coach Heist right now barking to the official that will give him nothing but his backside.
Yeah, Devin, I thought Isla Johnson right there had really good position. I thought she stayed straight up. She only came down on the basketball when she had the basketball in her hands. Nevertheless, I mean, you're going to get those calls. They go against you and they go for you every once in a while. Abba took advantage of that one. Drains her first free throw.
Pearson at the free throw line tonight has spent a lot of time there. She makes both of them on this trip as she has 16 points. Again, she continues to build on a new career high. And she has been an offensive stalemate here for Southeast in the last few games. She is really coming on offensively. 42-34. Those two free throws put Southeast back up by 8 with 3 minutes left to go. Clay Center nearly lost the basketball, but McDonald reels it back in. She'll play it to Edwards. Edwards now looking to the left. She gets in the hands of Candace Lipke, who's on the left wing. Free throw line extended. Now a steal by Jacobson. They try to get it in low post to McDonald, and Shauna Smith with both her hands in the air with 2 stop signs from Maddie Harris.
Lexi taking the notes from her brother Gannon. How many interceptions do we see him taking in the football season right there? Steps across the receiver. Great hands, great catch. Those Jacobsons are blessed.
6 interceptions, I believe.
Oh, there you go.
42-34. Southeast now will go into that mode that we have seen, and now they're going to take a timeout. Southeast is so good when they get to this point in the games. We have seen this so many times, and they're going to talk about it here with a 30 as we'll keep it right here. 2:23 left to go. 42-34 our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 8. And really a key time in this game was the first 3 minutes of this quarter, right? I mean, because Clay Center had a sensational third quarter. They only give up 4 points. They're able to go on a 10-0 run and get this game back within 3 points. But then Brielle Patochik hits a 3. Abba Pearson hits a baseline runner on a drive. A 3-pointer from Maddie Harris. You reestablish that 9-point lead. And right now, that's kind of what Southeast is living on with a 42-34 8-point lead.
Yeah, Clay Center just did so much to get back in this basketball game. You see it, and you hear it all the time, like how much energy did you put in to get back into the basketball game? They're playing great defensively. They're doing a lot of things different offensively. Felt like Southeast could have called a timeout maybe late in that third quarter, but Shauna Smith wanted to keep her timeouts just in case things got sticky now. She was saved by it. She got a big-time defensive play late in the third, and now you're living off of it, and you still got those timeouts in your pocket.
Harris, Rohr, Patochik, Pearson, Jacobson on the floor here for Southeast of Saline. And right now, they just want to milk that clock, right? Down to 2:10 left to play. They have an 8-point lead. It's a full 3-possession lead for Southeast of Saline. And when almost everybody on the floor is a very capable ball handler, this is hard to guard if you're anybody. Clay Center made the right adjustments, though. They put basically guards that are fluid that can move on the floor and defend right now for Coach Heist. But right now they are just watching time tick away. Coach Heist now leans into the court a little bit, and he's barking instructions at his girls. Lexi Jacobson inside to Roar. Addison can't get it to go. Gets the second attempt. That's blocked from behind, and Clay Center stands their ground. Clock, though, was cut in half. Down to 1:34 left to go. Tigers with the basketball. They trail it by 8. Here's a pass into the lane. Johnson has it, and she's fouled from behind. It's either Roar up front or Pearson in the back. It's going to be Addison Roar. That is her 4th.
Yeah, and I thought, if anything, that foul I thought was going to be on Ab, but right there I thought both players went up straight, went up, they stayed vertical defensively, but nevertheless, what a great job you saw right there from Isla Johnson just to get the body and get that contact as she hits it first.
Johnson makes the first free throw. She's 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight, 7 points. 1:27 left to play. Both coaches have 3 timeouts remaining. Johnson's second free throw won't go. Jacobson with a key rebound. Boy, Lexi just out-jumped everybody on the floor that time. Here comes Maddie Harris now, behind her back as she crosses the center court stripe. Potacek on the left, now back to Jacobson in the middle. They swing right to Maddie Harris. 72 seconds left to go. Harris drives baseline, back through the defense, opposite side of the floor to Jacobson. Now to Potacek. Brielle bounce passes to Harris, and Harris is fouled by Lily Edwards.
And you're hearing Coach Heist. I don't know if you can hear it through the radio, but he's wanting his players to commit a foul. You still have to commit one more. Sorry, you have to commit 2 more fouls before you send Southeast to the free throw line, and that's one of those things you have to play for and plan for, defensively when you're in this situation.
Pearson will inbounds into the backcourt. They go to Harris. Harris had her crossover stolen away, though. Now she dives on the floor, and it's going to be an arrow. I would love to tell you who has it. We'll have to wait on the official. It's going to go to Clay Center. So a turnover generated there by Clay Center, taking the crossover from Maddie Harris and then using the arrow to their advantage.
Yeah, and Boston Craig was inserted into the game. I would assume 2 fouled, but she did a great job defensively on Maddie. Maddie usually has that crossover, extremely confident with it, but Boston Craig did a good job just getting a hand on the basketball and creating that turnover for Clay Center.
58 seconds left to go. Clay Center has the basketball. Southeast leads at 42-35. Here's an entry pass inside, intended for Isla Johnson, smacked out of bounds by Jacobson and Pearson. Clock down to 49.5. Spurting back to the scores table for Clay is Sarah Beth Martin.
And you're seeing why this Clay Center is where they are in the rankings, right? They were down. They were down for dead. And they've come back. They've battled. They haven't stopped battling in the second half, and they've created one heck of a matchup for the last 47 seconds of this game.
Spin move in the paint by Lily Edwards. She can't get the basket. She is fouled, though, and she will go to the free throw line. 11 points for Edwards. She has only scored, though, 2 points here in the second half. That's been key.
Yeah, it's been super key, and a lot of that has to do with just the flourish. As she misses the first, the flurry of post play that we saw in the third quarter, and now that you've seen Southeast adjusted that in the third quarter, and they've continued with the great pressure on the freshman Edwards.
Well, and as you brought up, too, most of the time when she has the basketball, she has to turn around and stare Brielle Potacek in the face. She gets the second free throw to go, and a full timeout here called by Clay Center. We'll take it. 46.5 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline with the basketball, leading by 6 when we come back.
Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina has been named Dealer Rater in 2023 for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. What's that mean? It means when you buy a vehicle at Home Automotive, you will receive the absolute best in service now for the 11th consecutive year in Abilene and the first for the new Salina location. Home Automotive just keeps exceeding your expectations because you are the number one priority, and that is just one reason why. When you shop at Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina, you're going to be glad you did.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Salina Post and KINA, your home for all things Trojan. The Southeast of Saline Trojan sports stream live on the Salina Post, and you can always listen at 910 AM, 107.5 FM, or at 910KINA.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
46.5 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline leading it 42-36. Lady Trojans with the basketball.
No.
And they're going to call a traveling violation on Brielle Potacek. Brielle came to the ball in the corner. I didn't see it.
It's a catch and a jump stop.
When I say I didn't see it, I saw the play. I don't see where the call came from.
I concur. We'll just go with that.
It's a gather, right? It's a you catch, it's a 1-2. It's how you coach it. And now a foul called on Southeast of Saline away from the basketball. For Southeast, this will be their 4th team foul, so now they're at the limit. And this will go against Maddie Harris.
So these are things you have to do, right? I mean, this is what makes great teams great. You have to fight through all adversity and just figure out a way to finish out a basketball game.
Into McDonald. She steps
Nice
through the
finish.
defender. No travel call there. Now a timeout will be called by Clay Center as they get into Reagan McDonald, and that is 2 buckets for her here in this second half. Shauna Smith having a colorful conversation, pointing to the other end where both those calls were made by the official, and it's a 30-second timeout. Stick with us. After this game, we'll have stats from this game. We will also have a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game, and we'll make our transition to game number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Should be a good one on the boys' side as well, with Southeast of Saline playing Clay Center. See if Southeast can keep it rolling. You heard Bryson Flax tell us not only did they get 3rd place and beat a very good Scott City team on Saturday, but then they took the absence of the Republic County game on Tuesday and had a really good practice. Curious to see what the Trojans will bring out here tonight. Right now, girls' business in front of us with a 4-point lead, 39 seconds left to go.
All right, so if you're Southeast, you can run the baseline, and you got Brielle. Brielle's super dynamic. She can, work that basketball in 100 different ways. You see right there, you see a big defender from Clay Center. You see Ramey Lipker guarding the ball. Now she's got to stay. She's got to stay put. The feet have got to stay.
They get it into Lexi Jacobson. Lexi splits 2 defenders. She goes to the left-hand side, and now she is shoved from behind. After what we've seen, I was afraid that would be a called traveling, but it was not. It was a different official on that side. So now Clay Center is at the limit of fouls with 4.
Yeah, it looks like Lex just went to put on the brakes, and she's usually all gas, no brakes. And right there, the brakes a little bit faulty. Looks like she fell, but got the foul called as we see a quick timeout from Shauna Smith as that ball is inbounded.
Yeah, Southeast got the ball into a really bad spot there. It was kind of in that corner where the defense can use the half-court stripe as an extra defender. Brielle couldn't go into the backcourt. She couldn't go to the sideline. She was covered on all 4 sides. So Shauna Smith very, very attentively called her timeout. She still has 2 remaining. That's what I liked about the inbounds play earlier, where you had Ava Pearson inbounding it, and Maddie Harris went all the way into the backcourt, because then you have the whole floor to use, right?
Yeah, that's a really tough spot to catch the basketball, and right there, and I forget who just inbounded it right there, but you've got to Ava's got to know that you can't inbound the ball in that position, because all of a sudden you just put them in that corner, and there's nowhere for Brielle to go. You got to give them the freedom to use the other side of the basketball court, or look to get it in the front court. I mean, it's way easier from here. I 100% will say that. But you've got to figure out a way to give your basketball player the basketball and somewhere where you can succeed.
The other balance of that, too, is I know you're playing the basketball closer to Clay Center's goal, but you can use the backcourt. You have 9 seconds to kill back there before you bring it across. That's going to take a third off this clock.
You do, and a lot of times coaches won't want their players to foul in that backcourt because they're wanting to apply pressure and see how it goes. But you put Clay Center in that position. Right now, I mean, Boston Craig, who created the turnover earlier, right now, she's on Brielle Patacha, but you have so many ball handlers out there.
Here they go into the backcourt, as we were talking about, to Brielle Patacha. The foul will be called on Boston Craig, and Brielle Patacha will go to the free throw line, as Clay Center now has hit their limit of fouls. For Boston Craig, that is just her first. Brielle Patacha will go to the free throw line here. 9 points so far tonight. 30 seconds left to play.
Yeah, and the junior Boston Craig is going to be a problem on the ball defense. I mean, she's quick. I mean, that's going to be a name you hear a lot. It's pretty big shot, Brielle. I mean, put her to the free throw line all you want if you're a Southeast fan, but Boston Craig, really good on the ball defender.
Good to see Brielle rebound here tonight with a good offensive game. She struggled a little bit shooting from that Sterling tournament. She is in double digits, though, where she lives here tonight with 10 points. Another free throw on the way, make it 11.
Smooth.
5 points here in the fourth quarter, 11 for the game, as she has played very well. Here's 6 points in the first half. 44-38, back to a two-possession game, and Brielle takes it away on defense, and a foul called here on Lily Edwards is her 4th, and Brielle Patacha goes right back to that free throw line.
And Evan, here's what I love about Brielle's mentality, right? Brielle's a shortstop. If you know anything about baseball and softball, you got to be an absolute dog. You got to have a short memory. Brielle wants the ball when the game's on the line, and we've seen her ice game after game from the charity stripe as she's getting ready to do it again.
Brielle's first free throw up and good, as now she has made this a 3-possession game. Don't dismiss the importance of that free throw. Edwards, as I said, picked up her 4th foul. Potacic's next free throw looked just like the 3 before it. Also, don't dismiss the fact that she's a coach's kid on both sides.
Yes, and
so
like you want to use the term gym rat, Brielle Potacic, regardless of what season it is, she's going to be in the gym, on the field, never stops working.
46-38, Southeast has to close us out. Edwards on the baseline floats and scores and gets another field goal to go down. A timeout called here by Clay Center. It's a 30, we'll take it. Sam, take it away.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Attaboy, Big Sam back at Studio Central. I like to test him every now and then, give him those quick breaks. He nailed it, though. 46-40, Southeast of Saline leading it, 15.5 seconds left to go. Pearson running the baseline, looking to inbound it. She gets it into Lexi Jacobson, who had the steal, and now she takes off running. Boston Craig will foul her from behind and send Lexi to the free throw line. Jacobson, so far tonight, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She has 7 points in this game. A couple of free throws coming up with 13.8 left. Get one, right? Just get one.
Without a doubt. Make this a 3-possession game, and you're home free.
First one strong from Jacobson. That's the first miss for Southeast of Saline from the free throw line here in this 4th quarter. They did not shoot any free throws in the 3rd quarter. Second free throw on the way. She has that one roll off left-hand side. Addison Rohr fighting for the rebound. Took a second off the clock. 12.9. Now Reagan Duran will come in for Addison Rohr. Remember, Addison has 4 fouls. So right now Coach Smith protecting her. Still 12.9 seconds left. 2-possession game. Here comes Edwards back the other way. She'll be challenged by Potacic. Step back 3. On the way, off the front of the rim. Rebound up for grabs. Taken in by Maddie Harris. Harris brings it out down to 3, and she's going to step out of bounds on the sideline. Over with 1.6 seconds left. And knocking on the door now is an upset win for the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. Clay Center gets it in. McDonald, 2 feet on the line, throws it up off the backboard. It goes in, it will count, but it doesn't matter. Southeast of Saline gets the victory, 46-42, as they upset the 8th-ranked team in the state of Kansas in Class 4A, and they do it in fine fashion on their home floor for their head coach, Shauna Smith, who now, as the leader of Southeast of Saline's ladies, has just collected her 100th victory, leading the purple and white here at Southeast of Saline. We thought it may happen on Saturday, Tyler. It happened. And then we thought it might happen on Tuesday. It happens here tonight. And what a way to do it. An upset victory over a state-ranked 4A school. And the banner is out. Maddie Harris got the banner, and Coach Smith all smiles. She's all about business. You know that more than anything. But, man, 100 wins is something to celebrate. We did that with Mitch Gebhardt earlier this season, and now Coach Smith will get 100 wins here. And I'm sure there's going to be many, many more to come as Shauna Smith takes her team out in the middle of the floor for some photos and win number 100 as leading Southeast of Saline. What a victory tonight for the Lady Trojans.
It really was. And, Devin, I'll tell you what, these coaching milestones, they don't mean anything to the coaches. Coaches don't care about anything other than the last game and the next game. But they mean a lot to the families, to the players that see the time. I can't tell you how many texts and calls I've had in the last couple of weeks of family and friends. A lot of them showed out tonight, kind of anticipating that this would happen. You just see the joy, from the players. But I'll tell you what, you hear this a lot in high school sports. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmy and Joes. And Coach Shauna Smith she's had a lot of Jimmys and Joes. She's had a lot of great players. But I think you combine her X's and O's with players that just are willing to buy in. And you see it, and you see Maddie Harris right there give a thumbs up. I mean, this senior class, Devin, has been a part of 62 of these 100 wins.
Unbelievable.
And that is they are awesome. They're an awesome class, and by golly, it's a fun win for, again, the family members, and it was great. Shauna Smith had no clue it was her 100th win here because she's already worried about tomorrow night, and that's what shows what a great coach she is.
100 victories for Shauna Smith. It comes now on the season. It's their 8th one. Now 8-3 on the season, still 3-0 in league play. They will get back into league play tomorrow night at Ellsworth. When we come back, we'll put the cap on this one. Final stats for you, and a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. Southeast of Saline wins it over Clay Center 46-42 on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline, post-game brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 46-42 the victory. Southeast of Saline upsets the 8th-ranked team in Class 4A, the Clay Center Tigers, by 4 points. Let's go over scoring for you for the Southeast of Saline Trojans. These final numbers brought to you by Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. Bank where the Trojans bank, and that's in beautiful downtown Gypsum at Citizen State Bank. Abigail Pearson establishes a new career high tonight with 16 points, 13 points for Brielle Potachik. Brielle went 4-4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. 6 points for Maddie Harris, 7 points for Lexi Jacobson, 3 for Addison Rohr, and a free throw for Reagan Durant. Clay Center's Tigers, they were led tonight by their freshman Lily Edwards with 14 points, 7 for Ayla Johnson, 6 for Reagan McDonald, 6 for Ramey Lipker, and 6 for Sarah Smith. Free throw shooting, Southeast of Saline pretty good tonight from the free throw line. They were 18 of 24. Clay Center 13 of 19. Turnover battle looked like this. Clay Center with 14 and Southeast of Saline with 9. Our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game tonight, we got to give a big shout out to Abigail Pearson. Once again, she set a new career high with 16 points. Also, Brielle Potachik got back in her offensive groove. A baker's dozen 13 for her. But the Gym of the Game has to be Shauna Smith's 100th victory, leading Southeast of Saline here on the girls' side in basketball. Congratulations to her, and congratulations to Southeast of Saline on their 8th win of the season. They move to 8-3. They will have Ellsworth on the road here tomorrow. Stop by Vernon Jewelers with Valentine's Day right around the corner. You don't have to buy a $10,000 diamond, although you can. Vernon Jewelers has gifts when you walk in the door as inexpensive as $35. They got a lot of Chiefs-themed jewelry. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. They've been doing Valentine's Day since 1884. Once again, our final score, 46-42. Let's turn the corner to the guys contest. Looking at a tip in about 10 minutes here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuilds. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
Time now to look ahead to our second game of the doubleheader tonight. Of course, it'll be Southeast of Saline's guys, and I couldn't wait for this conversation because we did not have a chance to talk to head coach Bryson Flax after the big victory and the third-place finish at the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Coach Boyd, this game was really a lot of fun against Scott City. You guys get the victory 49-47 over a good 4A school in the Scott City Beavers. The first thing that really comes to my mind about this game and what really resonated with me was the amount of effort your guys put in. How'd you feel about this game on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we were really tough, physical. We really did. I thought we got after it. There were a couple big plays made by saving possessions, getting on the floor. And then we stole a couple that way, and we battled on the glass. And all in all, what we're looking for, obviously, is consistency with that. It can't be every other night or every 2 nights. It's got to be, every possession we got to battle. And so, we've obviously been talking about building off of what that was, because that was a very, very good win for our program. That not a lot of people, I think, thought we had a fighting chance to be in that game, let alone, find a way to win it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people that gave you a chance, especially watching Scott City play the night before in the semifinal against Hugoton, where that goes into double overtime. But I thought Scott City kind of played at the pace that really kind of favored you guys, and the way you played defensively. It's all about making shots, but as you said, it was 50-50 balls that really turned this game around for you. You're down by 5 at the end of 1. You go into the locker room down by 6, but still, you're in it against a really good basketball team. There was a period of time in this third quarter where there was no such thing as a 50-50 ball when Gannon Jacobson was around. I repeatedly, probably every 3 to 5 words out of my mouth was Gannon Jacobson, because he was doing so many things, and then all of a sudden that just spread like a fire through your team. We saw everybody on the floor doing things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is contagious. It takes one kid, and against Scott City, that was Gannon, you're right, and it takes one kid and the others kind of open their eyes and see how much of a difference they can make without even putting the ball through the basket or grabbing a board. Sometimes it's the little things, and Gannon's just got to continue to do that kind of stuff for us. I think, as the season progresses, I think we're seeing that Gannon's turning into probably our best player. He's got a lot of room to grow, and that's what I love about him, and I think he can be really good for us down the stretch.
There was also a result of your defense and just the way that you were able to scramble around and play Scott City in the second half. Jackson Rumford, the junior from them, he was sensational. He's a good basketball player, but he's the only one that you let score in the second half. In the third quarter alone, it took them all the way to the 2:42 mark left in the third quarter before you gave up their first points.
Yeah, we did a really nice job defensively. We kind of, it wasn't necessarily making huge adjustments at the break. It was just, continue to do what we're doing. But dominate the glass, and that was the biggest thing, is don't give up easy second chance points to get them going. And obviously when the Rumford kid got going, we don't have a guy that can really match with him, So then it becomes same thing that we've seen with like Britt Dutton in the past and the Ratzliff kid in the past, and it's kind of let them go get theirs and make sure everybody else kind of stays in check, stays off the glass, and see if we can outscore them. And again, I just thought there were stretches in that game we just played harder than them, and so and that's good for us. We have to be able to do that to be in games.
Scott City drops down to 8-3. You go to 5-5. You told me before we even started that tournament, you felt looking at the field, you guys were one of the top 4 teams in the tournament. Well, you proved that. You come out with a 2-1 record. You also get third place in the tournament, proving that you're in the top 4. It's easy when you win that first game, right? And you go to the winner's side of that standard 18 bracket to play some really good teams and to drop and leave there 1-2. But you guys were able to avoid doing that. You come out 2-1. Overall, how do you feel about the tournament?
It was really good for us. Obviously, you saw what Sterling did to Hugoton as well. And Hugoton looked a little gassed maybe from the night before, but Sterling's a good ball club. We were able to see them. And then Scott, being able to play against Scott, those are 2 state tournament quality teams, caliber teams that we consider quality opponents, and we played a lot of them this year, and we've got a lot left of them to play, and we just have to continue to improve and continue to take steps forward.
Tyler and I talked about this on the girls' side. I'm curious to get your thoughts on the guys' side. With the lack of practice last week before Sterling and then 3 games in a row, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, really postponing the Republic County game wasn't a disaster, we thought, on the girls' side. How do you feel like on the guys' side?
I'll just say this. We had a fantastic practice on that Tuesday that the game got canceled. It was probably, if not the best, it was the second best practice we've had this year. Our guys competed. They really got after it. So, I definitely, you need to get those games in, but it was good for us to practice at the level that we practiced, because it was phenomenal for us.
Clay Center coming in tonight. This has been part of the fun series with those NCKL schools. What do you know about the Tigers this year?
Well, it's essentially the same group they had last year, they made a run to state last year, and they can get downhill. They go the basket with purpose, and if you help too much or get beat too much, they're very capable perimeter shooters. So we got to be really good defensively and make sure we're good against the drive.
What do you want to see from your guys tonight? More importantly, how do you carry over what happened Saturday and also in practice on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's the big thing, is build off of that. We have to match intensity. We got to make sure we're on the floor. We got to make sure we're doing a nice job on the boards. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's just polishing them. And so, we just got to keep getting better.
Polish away, my friend. We'll talk to you after the game.
Appreciate it.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on the Clay Center
Tigers.
Tigers.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back here to Southeast of Saline. Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we are getting ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Southeast of Saline's boys taking on the Clay Center Tigers. If you just missed it, Clay Center's girls get the victory. They're 8th of the season, 8-3 now. They dropped Clay Center down to 6-5. Southeast will be back in league play where they are currently undefeated tomorrow against Ellsworth. Other scores to pass along to you. There are some other games tonight, and we do have a score update on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. The halftime score of Smith Center and Republic County. Smith Center, one of the top-ranked teams in Class 2A. They are leading Republic County at the half, 22-10. Up next, it's the boys' turn. We have a Clay Center team coming in at 5-5. We have a Southeast of Saline team after going 2-1 in the Sterling tournament, coming in at 5-5 as well. Travis Smith is the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers. He will start junior Jace Weller, a 6'1 junior, averaging 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Justin Wright is a 5'10 senior. Wright is averaging 11.5 points per game, leads the team in scoring at 2.5 rebounds and 2 assists. Weston Hammond, a 5'10 junior, 9.5 points per game, also 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Owen Craig, a 5'9 junior, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists per game. And Cole Platson, a 5'10 sophomore, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. So you have 3 guys in the starting lineup, all averaging just over 11 points a contest, with Weller, Wright, and also Platson. Clay Center once again coming in at 5-5. For Southeast of Saline at 5-5 under the direction of head coach Bryson Flax, they will start 3 seniors as well. Connor Castleman, a 6' senior, 3.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Along with Brenton Leeds, a 6'5 senior, leading the team in rebounding, 7 points, 5.5 rebounds per contest. Daniel Kerr, Captain Kerr, a 6' senior, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Daniel Kerr leads this team in assists. The lone junior in the starting lineup is Owen Bailey, the 6'1 junior, averages 10.5 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the lone sophomore in the starting lineup is a 6'1 sophomore, Gannon Jacobson. Gannon now leads this team in scoring and steals. He's getting 12 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists per contest. Gannon has 25 steals on the season in the first 10 games. Clay Center, Southeast of Saline, non-league contest of 2 teams that would love to get that 1 game above 500. They both come in, Tyler, at 5-5.
Yeah, and right now if you're Southeast, you just want to continue to ride that wave. You know, we talked about their performance at the Sterling Invitational Tournament and just that great third-place game. You saw so many great things happen. You saw a really tough game in that semifinal game. Tough loss, comeback. What a great answer for Bryson Flax and his Trojans. And you're starting to see Gannon Jacobson just starting to get into his own. You're seeing this sophomore, again, just grow and grow and grow every game. Every single night, you don't know what you're going to get from number 0. And if he's on, the Southeast team's tough for anybody to handle.
Southeast in their white home jerseys. Been a while since we've seen those. Clay Center in their road black jerseys with orange numerals and letters trimmed in white. Clay Center kept the opening tip from going out of bounds and will start here on offense. With the basketball is Jace Weller. He gets into the lane on the left-hand side, challenged Brenton Leeds, but Leeds there to send him away empty-handed. The rebound on the backside taken in by Owen Bailey.
Yeah, we've seen the Trojans be successful. It's because Leeds is so good defensively down low, and he does a great job just staying upright, staying vertical. Great defense from Leeds.
Owen Bailey lofts a 3-pointer. That's no good. Jacobson had a chance for the rebound tip. Can't get it to go. Here comes the Tigers back and running the other way. Their attempt on the right-hand side of the rim is no good, and a rebound taken in by Brenton Leeds. Daniel Kerr has it now. We are still empty on the scoreboard. Just underway. Almost a minute gone by. Here's Jacobson. Dribbles his way into the keyhole. Now plays it out left to Connor Castleman. Owen Bailey back up top. Thought about a 3. Now he'll play it right to Jacobson. Gannon passes it back. Now to the left. Working the ball around the perimeter. A little 4-out-1 in offense right now around Brenton Leeds, who is really attracting the attention of 2 Tigers on the inside. Now as he goes to the backside of the offense, he's 1-on-1. But Clay Center very aware here early on about the size of Brenton Leeds on the inside. This is a Clay Center team, Tyler. They are not huge. They are a lot like Southeast outside of Leeds with all guards that are about the same size. Here's a wild shot put up by Southeast. That's no good. Jacobson chases it into the backcourt. Now coming back the other way, Southeast might have had numbers momentarily, but Clay Center now getting back, matching up on defense.
Well, that was an offensive rebound opportunity. You saw Leeds didn't have a chance to get. He just knocks the ball away, and he creates another opportunity. I mean, we're seeing Leeds' presence right now to just create a lot of havoc for Clay Center.
Clay Center pretty good defensively here with this team, too. They play a lot of games in the 40s, as does Southeast of Saline. And just as I say that, Gannon Jacobson cans a 3-pointer to start the scoring.
And you're seeing a lot more patience for Southeast than we've seen, in games past. You're seeing them work the ball around, get Clay Center tired defensively. You see it right there. Gannon pops open for an outside three. And Gannon, if he has any space, he's taking that shot and he drains it from the baseline.
24 points in his last game. It was the third place game, a career high against Scott City. Now a near steal by Britton Leeds. Got a little too friendly, though, with the way this game is being called, or the girls' game earlier. Same officiating crew. And Leeds will get the first foul of the contest.
Yeah, you don't want to start looking at fouls now, but you got to keep Leeds clean. If he stays clean, good things happen for Southeast. He's just such an integral part of their post presence down low. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
5:44 remaining here. About 2.5 minutes gone by in the first quarter. 3-0 Southeast of Saline. Here's a steal. Daniel Kerr coming down the floor. One-on-one with a Tiger. Goes to the opposite side. Can't get it to go. Leads on the putback. Second attempt. That won't go down for Britton. And it comes back the other way to the black-cladded Clay Center Tigers. 5:25 left to go. A golden opportunity there for Southeast to score, but they could not. The steal from Kerr started it out. Now Leeds will pick up a ball off the floor and play that to Kerr. Kerr in the backcourt, one-on-one with Owen Craig. These two guys on the football field this fall, two of the best players, one on each team. Craig still has more football left in him. He's just a junior. Here's Castleman now with the leads. Kerr has it. Close proximity to Castleman. He'll go ahead and give it to him. Connor will fire the three, and the southpaw misses short off the rim. Here come the Tigers back the other way. To the rim goes Justin Wright, hanging, shooting off the window, and it's good. Justin Wright, first points of the game for the Tigers of Clay Center.
Yeah, Wright did a really good job offensively there, and I thought Kerr did a good job defensively. He just jumped straight up, but Wright tries to absorb the contact. Foul's not called. Great no call, but great finish from Justin Wright.
Daniel Kerr with it. He whips it now. Left-hand side, Jacobson ends up with Owen Bailey. Wide open from three, and he drains it. Owen Bailey somehow was not covered up in the corner, and Southeast of Saline has hit 2 threes. They're out to a 4-point lead as we are almost halfway through this first period and a 30-second timeout. 4:22 left to go. Timeout, Clay Center. Southeast of Saline leads it by 4 here on KINA.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Clay Center will fire a three-pointer. That's no good. Britton Leeds will clean it up on the rebound for Southeast of Saline. He'll play it on the outlet to Owen Bailey, who's trotting up the right-hand sideline. Bailey just hit that three-pointer from the Clay Center bench to prompt that Tiger timeout. Here's the long-distance one, other side. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Castleman trying to go for the rebound. Now squirts free. Leeds has it. Britton Leeds all the way to the cup for the lay-in. The takeaway and the points for Britton Leeds. Castleman the assist on that turnover for Southeast getting the steal. Now the Tigers back at the bucket. That's no good. Leeds in there once again to wipe the window clean.
We're going to have to start a new stat. Just hustle stats right there. Britton Leeds, I mean, we see right there again, Jacobson called for a carry. But Leeds, if he's not getting a rebound, he's knocking the basketball away, so somebody else can get the rebound. If that happens and somebody's getting the steal, like Britton Leeds' hands, his signature is all over this fast start for Southeast of Saline.
Gannon Jacobson, a hesitation dribble move, attacking the rim on the right-hand side, got whistled with a palming call. I haven't seen that call in 3.5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, but right there, and you're going to get certain officiating crews that they're going to look for that, and Gannon just kind of got caught up exactly, just trying to hesitate a little bit. It's called for the carry.
Hey, if we're going to get out the retro possession arrow, or I should say possession bulbs, we're going to have retro officiating too. There's a foul called on the baseline.
So right there, you see Justin Wright. It looks like Justin Wright was driving to the basket. I thought he was up for the shot. They're going to get Danny Kerr, I believe, with the shot. It looked like Wright was asking. He was saying, I was shooting, but all of a sudden the official disagrees, and they're going to call the foul on the floor.
Campus and South on the boys' side playing tonight. There's a wide-open layup missed under low by Clay Center. Now a foul called on Omar Calzada. Campus and Saline and South playing as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Campus leading South at the half. This is boys' game, 37-27. Jace Weller will step to the free throw line as he was fouled by Omar Calzada. Calzada, one of those guys off the bench for Southeast, has been playing very well lately.
Yeah, he's just growing leaps and bounds, isn't he? I mean, again, he's one of those guys, every time he comes in, just gaining more and more confidence. Called it an early foul there, but it's his offensive game that I've been super impressed with just how it's progressed. We know what he can do defensively. He's a little bit shorter than Brent Leeds. He didn't give you that impact on the rebounding side, but he's going to fight. He's going to do the dirty things, and a lot of times, more often than not, Omar Calzada ends up with the basketball.
Isaac Bergman comes in off the bench for Clay Center. Along with Calzada, Grady Gebhardt comes into the game. They will join Kerr, Jacobson, and also Owen Bailey. Grady has hit three-pointers in both of his last 2 games.
You just can't leave Grady alone. Like, he's going to be a YMCA basketball player if he wants to until he's 90 years old. He's crafty. If he gets the basketball in a wide open spot, he's going to take advantage of it. Just plays smart, sound basketball when he's on the court.
He might have some football get in the way of that YMCA career, though. Here's Jacobson on the left-hand side. Got it off the feed from Gebhardt, who passes it and then cuts through. Ends up opposite corner now with Owen Bailey. 2:30 left to go in a quick-moving first quarter of play. Calzada with it. Southeast, as you said, just being extremely patient, looking for all the right looks here against this Clay Center defense. Clay Center switching off now, trying to make sure they have the best matchups possible. They had a mismatch there for a second that favored Southeast of Saline with Calzada on a guard. Here's a lob pass, trying to look inside to Omar, and it's going to be stolen away by Justin Wright. Second turnover for Southeast of Saline. Clay Center up the floor. It's a 5-point Southeast of Saline lead, 8-3. And a shot goes up, and a foul called on the baseline once again. 4 fouls called here on Southeast of Saline. No fouls called on Clay Center as of yet.
Yeah, it looked like Calzada got a really good job. He seals off the baseline. It was just with the hands. He comes in with the hands. If those hands go straight up, you're going to make a really difficult shot opportunity for Justin Wright. But right there just continues to take it to the basket. Calzada's called for the foul in the hand.
First free throw up by Justin Wright is good. Clay Center 1 of 3 so far from the free throw line. Owen Bailey will come out. Kirby Davis will relieve him. This Clay Center team will use 3 guys off the bench, maybe. And a shot up and good on the second free throw by Justin Wright. Grady Gebhardt with it up the right-hand sideline. Southeast working the basketball around the perimeter here. They go inside. And a whistle blown here from the outside official once again.
Yeah, and you see the shot missed by Jacobson, but it's Davis, really good inside position. Foul's called on, it's going to be the first on
Colton Tadman, it looks like.
There you go. Appreciate it.
I gotcha. 8-5. Here's Jacobson for 3 off the front lip. That's no good. Kerr gets it, though, off the offensive rebound by Omar Calzada, who kept it alive. Jacobson plays it around. Gebhardt now swings it to the right. Kerr back over the top of everybody. Kirby Davis. Kirby with a shot fake. Ends up on the right-hand side once again with Kerr. Clay Center playing a zone with really man-to-man principles of what it looks like. Kirby Davis has an open 3. That's no good.
Yeah.
And it's stolen away by Grady Gebhardt and a foul called. And Bryson Flax is talking to the official who was all the way on the other end at the free throw line. 65 feet away from the play.
Yeah, and that's the tough one right there. It was an extremely late whistle, bad angle from the official that called. I think Coach Flax wants to know why the other official just walked away after that. But, yeah, foul called on Jacobson late. I think he waited to see until the ball was poked away before the foul was called. But already the 15, not already, like you said, fast-moving first quarter, but Clay Center's going to the free throw line.
Brett Hoffman to the free throw line as Southeast of Saline already over their limit here with 5 fouls. Hoffman's free throw is up and good. Three of 5 at the free throw line. Back into the game for the Tigers. After the free throw misses, Weston Hammond. I had Weston Hammond at 30. He's actually wearing 10. If you're scoring right next to me.
Which I appreciate.
There's a shot up inside now for Southeast and a foul called on Clay Center. So all of a sudden now we're in Foulville. As I always love talking to Bryson Flax because he comes from the college ranks, right? And it's about watching basketball with a great flow.
Yes.
And when you have officiating, as we were watching this evening, these games have trouble establishing any kind of flow. They're clunky. They're not fun to watch. They're not fun to play in. There's a turnover for Southeast.
And sometimes you have to create your own flow. Like right there's an inbounds play to Jacobson. He is immediately after he bounced the ball off his foot, he knew that was on him. But now you got to play really sound defense, and you want that flow. All coaches want that flow, especially when you got things rolling for you. So play sound defense. Don't let that whistle blow because it's your fault. Get the ball. Go create a whistle because of your offensive play.
And from an official standpoint, I'm talking about you and your shoes. If you don't call those fouls, you got parents screaming at you during the game saying it's a foul the whole game, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Where's the happy median of the plank that you got to walk?
And that's why you love officiating great coach teams, because they play with their feet. They don't worry about their hands. Their bodies take them to the right spots. Those are the best games to officiate.
Clay Center just taking this quarter down for the last shot. Clock down to 10. They're going to drive. Hammond with a
Leeds
shot,
again.
partially blocked by Leeds. Southeast has it out. 5 seconds left to go. Castleman's going to attack the rim. On the left-hand side, the southpaw used enough of that hand to be able to get it up off the window and in. And Connor Castleman is going to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Oh, Devin, it was Connor's, his footwork right there was so smooth right there. It's almost like everybody thought he was going to go off his left foot. He then steps on the right as he hits the free throw for the end one opportunity. But great play from Castleman.
Last minute shot is up no good by Clay Center, and Southeast of Saline leads it by 5 at the end of one. 11-6 Trojans at the end of the first quarter. You're listening on KINA and watching live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com, paired with the radio broadcast. It's brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
11-6 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading over the Clay Center Tigers. I must have missed a point in that first quarter. I'll admit it. I have Clay Center with 5.
And my math is horrible, but I do have Hoffman with 1.
Oh, okay.
And that was the number issue.
I got him with 1 as well. What else do you have here?
And I wouldn't always copy my math work.
Yeah, Jace Weller. There it is. Teamwork.
There we go.
Owen Bailey.
There's some teamwork right there.
Here's my teamwork. It's another three-pointer, my second one of the night, and that gives Southeast of Saline an 8-point lead.
And I don't know how often Owen Bailey's found himself that open on the perimeter.
It's been a few games,
yes,
trust me.
Without a doubt.
He came out second game of the season, put 34 on Smoky Valley, and all of a sudden he was everybody's best friend defensively. They could not stay away from him. And it's a challenge for him to get out of that. I know Coach Flax is continually working on him to keep being a scorer, creating for others. And as the emergence of Gannon Jacobson has come along, now it's balance on the floor, right? You have two guys that are both averaging double digits. That helps.
And I think anytime that you have Leeds just doing what he's doing, Leeds isn't filling it up statistically scoring-wise, but just that presence alone just creates the defense to sag.
A couple of free throws by Cole Pladsen is up and in. 14-8 is our score. Brief 8-point lead there by Southeast, their biggest one of the night. Here's a check on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard of interest to Southeast of Saline fans. The Beloit girls tonight beat Minneapolis. That is the second league loss now, and just the second loss of the season total for the Minneapolis girls, as Beloit wins that one by 7, 35-28.
And Beloit coming off a strong midseason tournament, had a big win against Sacred Heart last night. Doubles that up with a huge win this evening. I mean, that Beloit team, it's going to be a team that you always knew they're going to be dangerous, and it seems like they're clicking at the right time.
Beloit beat the Sacred Heart guys in double overtime, and it was a start for the Beloit boys in the second overtime. They opened the second overtime on a 13-0 run. It was over after that.
Yeah, you don't see scores that big usually in double overtime, any overtime games, but they went on a run.
Score ended up being 88-77 after both those overtimes between Beloit and Sacred Heart. So Beloit still undefeated. They are the top-ranked team in Class 3A in the state of Kansas on the boys' side. Sacred Heart still in there in the thick of things in Class 2A. High post entry here, Castleman down low, high-low entry to Brenton Leeds. That had Bryson Flax written all over it as the high-low works. And Brenton Leeds scores his second basket of the night.
And Devin, it's the ball movement right now. You're not seeing those selfish shots. You're not seeing the early shots. You're seeing the ball work. You're getting open guys. Great finish from Leeds.
Here's Clay Center working their way to the rim. Nice job by Kerr to not foul on that play. And it comes up empty for Clay Center. Southeast on the run. Bailey, right-hand side. Works it back into the middle to Kerr. Now left-hand side on the one-handed pass to Jacobson. Skip pass, Bailey. Another three on the way. You can count that one as well. 9 points by Owen Bailey. 3 3-pointers, an 11-point SCS lead.
And again, the ball went from that lateral pass, great skip pass. You find Bailey wide open. You can't give that guy any room.
Here's a leaner to the window by Clay Center. That's no good. Castleman keeps it alive, and they're going to say it stays here with the Tigers. 5:53 left to go, second quarter, 19-8. Southeast of Saline leading by 11. This tilt of two teams, one from the NCKL and Clay Center. Of course, Southeast of Saline from the NCAA. Both are 5-5.
And Devin, this just looks like a completely different team than we saw, the first couple of games of the season. It seems like there was so much Danny Kerr isolation, just trying to find, their flow, and it looks like they're just finding their flow more and more every game.
Here's a three-pointer by the Tigers. That's going to be good from the left-hand side. Cole Pladson on the left wing with a three. And you go from beginning the season, too, Tyler, right? It's like, okay, what roles need to be filled from last year? Well, all of them.
Yeah, every single one. Daniel Kerr's the only player that came in with very much experience at all, and he had to take on a lot. You see Castleman just continues to drive to the basket. Another great, just his footwork down low is so special. Great finish from the lefty.
Yeah, you look at Kerr, you're like, well, he was a 2-year starter, but even his role has changed dramatically. He's not doing the things that he used to do. Now he's being more active on offense and being more of a creator and getting more touches, ball in the hands a lot more than what he was last year. He gets a foul here. That will be number 2 on Daniel Kerr.
And Kerr's athleticism, if you listen to any football game, if you listen to 9-10 at all, you know all the exploits that Kerr can do, but defensively he is so difficult to get by. He's got great body control. He can do so many things on the perimeter and down low.
Here's a block by Owen Bailey. He sends a Clay Center Tiger away. Holy cow, that was something else there by Owen Bailey. And they're going to score on the other end. Jacobson with 2, and it's a 12-point Southeast of Saline lead. That's not a rarity for Owen Bailey. That's his 6th block of the season, and it prompts a timeout by Clay Center. A full timeout, we'll take it as well. 4:58 left to go second quarter. It's the Trojans that lead the Tigers by 12.
For a limited time, take advantage of savings on new Case IH specialty utility and all-purpose tractors with 2.5% interest for 84 months or cash back. With easy operation, Case IH tractors deliver the flexibility and durability your operation demands. Hurry in. Offer ends December 31st, 2023. Stop by Can Equip in Salina and set yourself up for greater productivity with a great deal on a Case IH tractor that works as hard as you do.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Daniel Kerr gets wrapped up that time.
No, they're going.
Pladson, and they called on Pladson. Kerr beat him to the spot. Now,
yes,
it is as rough as we have been with these officials calling every single little thing, seemingly, in our opinions. That was a high-level call right there because that is a spot type of deal. As Brenton Leeds gets a long pass down the floor, missed his first attempt, missed the second attempt, third one he had a double clutch on as he fished it out from his waist, and he's still going to score. Britton Leeds, a work dog inside with 6. Back to my point about Cares, Gannon Jacobson takes it away on the steal, and now he is fouled. That was a spacing issue of not a collision down underneath the basket where it's a 50-50 call. It was the defender beat you to your spot. He was there already. Both guys were moving, but it was who was there at the spot first.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's where Daniel Cares so valuable to this Trojan team. It's what he can do defensively. He can guard your point guard. He can bang down low against a post player. He's great body control, great defense. That's kind of led to this. And all of a sudden, Platson picks up his third for Clay Center.
He has to go to the bench now with 3 fouls. Open in the corners, Jacobson. That window, though, closes quickly. Now he plays to Bailey, who's open. Owen Bailey off the front of the rim, rolled around, thought it might go through, but then a rebound called down low on Isaac Bergman and a foul called against Southeast of Saline. Just a little too much there underneath the bucket by Southeast. This foul's going to go on Jacobson. It is his second. He and Britton Leeds had the Tiger all caged up there underneath the basket.
Yeah, and that's a young foul, right? I mean, that's a foul where you're 92 feet away from your own basket. Just either stay straight up and keep them trapped in or get back and get ready to play defense. And you could kind of tell there's a conversation between Coach Flax and Gannon after that foul. Just figure out one of the 2 options, but do not put your hands down. Halfway through the second quarter, Leeds tips one in the backcourt, but he falls down, can't follow up with it. Now Castleman comes out. He's challenging the basketball in the hands of Justin Wright. Backdoor cut here for Clay Center. Tried to finish it at the rim. They cannot. Britton Leeds with the rebound. The impressive thing about Leeds with me, not only the way he goes after that ball, but when he gets bumped sometimes, he manages to keep a pivot foot grounded in the court. Leeds is a man. I mean, if you look at just his physical maturation from last year to this year, I mean, other teams are showing up to the gym going, oh my gosh, who is this young man? Because that's not the same guy that suited up for Southeast last year. Bailey has it on the right-hand side. 3:20 left to go. We'll talk to Shauna Smith here coming up at the half about the victory for her girls. A big one, an upset win over Clay Center. Jacobson for 3. You can take that one to the bank as well. And a 30-second timeout called by head coach Bryson Flax. Second 3 of the night for Gannon Jacobson. Biggest lead by Southeast of Saline. It's 17 with 3:10 left to go. We'll step away. Back with more after this 30-second timeout.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here, Southeast of Saline, 28-11 the score. Southeast boys right now putting it on Clay Center here early. We're still in the second quarter, 3:05 left to play here in this contest in the second period. Clay Center with the basketball, working it around the perimeter, man-to-man defense here for Southeast of Saline. It's Castleman, Kirby Davis, Omar Calzada, Owen Bailey, Grady Gebhardt, and a foul called on the baseline here against Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, right there. Justin Wright did a good job. He went baseline. He drew Castleman to him. Castleman and Wright now are kind of talking a little bit. Looks like there was a body involved, but nice inbounds play from Clay Center.
Owen Craig will score on the inbounds magic there from the Tigers. 28-13 for Craig. That's his first basket of the game. 2:40 left to go, second period. Here's Kirby Davis with a pump fake. Now he's going to get to the keyhole, play it back out left to Gebhardt. Grady Gebhardt will pass it on the run to Calzada. Now Owen Bailey lost the basketball momentarily. Now he loses it for good. Now it's a loose ball, and a foul will be called against Southeast.
And if you're Southeast right now, here's where obviously you have to stay strong defensively, but your only offensive weapon right now is Owen Bailey. You have a bunch of complementary pieces. We've seen Castleman drive and score. Right now, you got to stay strong defensively while you give your starters a chance to just catch their breath, get those 3 back on the floor. Without Jacobson, without Leeds, and without Care, right now, Bailey's your main scoring threat.
Grady Gebhardt picks up the foul for Grady. That's his second, and it puts Southeast of Saline at the limit with 5. Clay Center to the free throw line. It's Owen Craig. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw also good. So far, Clay Center in this game, 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. They've been able to manufacture over half their points from the line. 28-15. Castleman with it. Up the left-hand sideline. Bailey, step back three off the break. That won't go. Rebound. Oh, looked like a Tiger lost it out of bounds, but they're going to award it to Clay Center as we'll go back the other way. Looked like Castleman came in and was able to hit that off a Clay Center player, but the official right on top of it does not agree.
And right there, Bailey with the quick three. Sometimes, again, just we were talking, there's not a lot of offensive firepower there. You have to understand your personnel. Like, take more time off that clock with your possession. You can't just get a one-pass shot. You got to work the ball around, see if you can find something easy down low early. If not, take that outside shot later on in the possession.
Pass into the corner here for Clay Center, and Gannon Jacobson, that's Grady Gebhardt steps over, and for Grady, that's his third.
Grady went high enough up. I thought it was Gannon Jacobson as well. Great vertical right there from Grady, but that's a big-time foul on Grady, his third already this with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second quarter.
Isaac Gurton to the free throw line for Clay Center. Free throw up and good. His first point of the night. Gebhardt, Castleman will come out of the game. Jacobson back in. It'll be Bailey, Jacobson, Kirby Davis, Omar Calzada, and Daniel Kerr. Both free throws good. Clay Center continues to shoot well from the line.
Yeah, if you can shoot well, you can keep yourself in basketball games. We talk about it all the time. When teams lose, a lot of times they lose that free throw, battle right there. But if you can continue to shoot at a high clip like Clay Center is, you're giving yourself every opportunity to stay in this basketball game.
Southeast of Saline leads it by 11. Little 6-0 run here by Clay Center. Jacobson up top. Barely lost the basketball. Now he'll play it to Daniel Kerr. Kerr wants to drive. He'll kick it back out. Kirby Davis. Davis has it. Owen Bailey. Scramble man-to-man here being applied by Clay Center. Southeast has taken this clock all the way down to 80 seconds left to go before halftime. Kerr with it. His defender getting a little aggressive there. Kerr will take him into the free throw line. Now it ends up on the left-hand side with Owen Bailey. Bailey to the cup, kicks it back out. Jacobson wide open from three. Can't get it to fall. And the rebound taken off the right side of the rim by Jace Weller. Here comes Weller up the floor. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. Weller all the way to the window, and he scores. First field goal of the night for Jace Weller. He averages 11.5 a game.
Yeah, we saw Weller just change his pace a couple times, but no Trojan ever picked him up. Great finish from Weller.
Calzada off the feed from Daniel Kerr. Danny Dimes dropping the pass on Omar for two. That's his first bucket of the night. That was a beautiful seal and an even better lob pass to the rim.
Well, and there's nobody better in their basketball hands delivering a pass than Daniel Kerr. Just a great vision, great dime from Danny.
Baseline jumper from the Tigers, no good. Bailey will take it in on the high rebound. 22 seconds left to play. Southeast of Saline may have a chance here to extend this 11-point lead. They got trimmed down to 9 after it was 17 momentarily. 10 seconds left. Bailey had it on a wild pass. That time him and Kerr couldn't hook up, and now Clay Center's going to get a runaway layup after the steal from Justin Wright. Wright has a half a dozen. And that will bring us to halftime. 30-21. Southeast of Saline went out to a 17-point lead, but Clay Center's reeled them back in a little bit. It is a 9-point advantage for Southeast of Saline when we go to break. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. When we come back, numbers from the first half and a conversation with Shauna Smith. It's all coming up here at the break. 30-21. Southeast of Saline leads at the half here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalineHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
30-21, our score at halftime. Southeast of Saline's lead was once 17, but Clay Center came back, got it down to 9 as we hit the break. Time now to talk Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan basketball with head coach Shauna Smith. Boy, what a game this was. This had kind of a big game feel. We haven't been in this gym in 5.5 weeks. I looked at that, and that kind of blew my mind earlier this morning. But you come out here against a good Clay Center team ranked in Class 4A by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, and a team that plays really good teams. They played Wamego already this year and just kind of working their way through. Freshman leading scorer. This Clay Center team, though, you guys were able to deal with them, especially in the first quarter right out of the gate. You led by 7 at the end of 1. What did you see that you liked from your team early on?
I thought we did a really good job defensively. The whole night. There was just only a couple of times. The Edwards girls, she just did a really good job in their postman, just countering some things in the second half. But I thought defensively we were really tough. And that's what we said. We talked about after our tournament. I didn't feel like we were, doing that, being that toughness that we have been. We kind of got complacent there. And so these last 3 days we've had practice. That's what we were working on. We got to get back to our man-to-man, just being tough on defense and doing what we do well.
Led by 7 at the end of 1. You built that lead to as much as 13 at halftime. You had them doubled up at the break, 26-13. I want to talk about the third quarter. Things started to shift a little bit. They came out and it looked like a different philosophy where they started feeding the ball to their post players, not only in the block, but also kind of the high post area, driving from the outside in. And that gave you some problems, got you in a little bit of foul trouble there.
Yeah, and that's what they do is we actually practiced that yesterday. Obviously, couldn't, because that's what they did in the second half, and they went after it. But I thought then after we kind of adjusted, we did it better. But, honestly, they're going to get their points. They're good enough. They're going to get their points. You're not going to stop them all night long. I just thought, third quarter, we kind of went on we went on a spell of we just couldn't make a shot. It wasn't necessarily that we were doing anything really wrong. And then we had a couple some bonehead turnovers, maybe a little bit too, that just the game, got a switch around.
Yeah, you held them to 4 points in the second quarter. They turned around and did the same to you in the third quarter. You had a little spell there, as you said. You built this lead up to 30-17. But then about 5 turnovers in 6 possessions. That other possession was an air ball on a shot, and they get back on a 10-0 run and get this game to within 3. 30-27 at the end of the third. But boy, when you start the fourth quarter, you talk about 3 really good quality possessions right out of the gate. Brielle Potachik hits a 3-pointer. Abba Pearson drives along the baseline, gets a 2. Maddie Harris comes back, hits a 3. There's 8 points right there out of the gate. All of a sudden, that lead is back to 9.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. They have really good help defense, and so we're talking about, where you have to find out where that help defense is coming from, and then that's when I thought we did a really good job of taking that extra pass and finding that open person. I just remember, I can't remember who it drove baseline there, but they kicked Addison after we just talked about it, and that's exactly what we wanted, them to do. Some things like that. And that's just, we have a smart group, and to be able to do those things and make those changes.
Really good from the free throw line tonight, about 75% from the free throw line. Again, we got to talk about Brielle because at the end, 4-4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. That's kind of what we expect out of her. Offensively, though, Abba Pearson is taking her game continually, game after game after game on a different level. She set a new career high in 2 different games, going for 11 in the second and third game each at the Sterling tournament. She comes out tonight and scores 16. It just kind of seems like things are starting to make sense to her offensively. She's not falling in love with the 3 like she was early on. She's driving to the rim. She's getting herself to the free throw line. And a little-known fact that I spit out in this game, she has shot the most free throws on your team, even more than Lexi.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that's true. Whatever. Abigail, we chatted after the Sterling tournament, and we chatted as a team too about we just shot way too many threes. We thought we wanted to live and die through the 3-point line for some reason, and that's not what we need to do. And then I thought we did a good job tonight going inside, outside, and shooting that 3, and not on the second pass. First, second pass, we shot the 3 off of 4 and 5 passes, and we worked on that yesterday at practice, the last couple of days of practice, that we're okay shooting the 3, but not off of our first and second pass.
So you haven't probably worried about this a whole lot. I'm guessing not, because with the moving of all the games and the Sterling schedule not starting when it should have, you have 3 games in 3 days. You come back now, you're supposed to play a game on Tuesday. A little bit of sickness going through the team, though, on Saturday when you had to play that championship game. Tyler and I were guessing that game getting postponed on Tuesday probably wasn't the worst thing to happen to you.
Yeah.
Especially with 2 games back-to-back here tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, because tomorrow night we have another tough game.
Yeah.
But our Republic County game just goes up against our Minneapolis game, so it's kind of a apples for apples thing. So it doesn't whatever.
100 wins. You remember every single one of them, right?
Yeah.
It seems like we have more of these conversations than what we do on the other side of those 100 wins. What'd that mean to you, though? Just to have the girls out there. You kind of said you didn't see it coming. Like I said, you don't pay attention to those things. That's jobs for people like me. But, man, 100 wins here at Southeast of Saline, that is something else. And it's cool, though, in this year because we got to celebrate that with Coach Gebhardt. We get to celebrate it with you. There's a lot more coming, I know. But to have this crew on the floor that I know you've been close with, especially these seniors.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I didn't see it coming. I mean, I think me and you discussed it maybe last year at some point.
A little bit, yeah.
But that was not on my radar at all this year. It hasn't been thought about one time whatsoever. So I guess I did. I was kind of wondering what the girls were doing. I had no clue. So it's special because, like I said, I've grown up kind of by just being there. Lexi, Brielle, and Maddie, all their parents have kind of just been around us. And so I've kind of just seen those as little girls even before I ever came to Southeast. I kind of knew of at least Lexi and Brielle, and then Maddie's kind of came along there. But it's pretty special to be with one of those 3 girls.
Well, and it's super awesome to do it in a big game, too. We talked about this being a non-league contest, but you guys are in a dogfight for your sub-state right now. You came in, even though you had a 7-3 record, you come in as the 5 seed in your own sub-state. Every win is going to count double for you, trying to get back up into that upper echelon, and you do it upsetting a state-ranked team in Class 4A in Clay Center. You go to 8-3 now. What do you think about the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats? They wait for you tomorrow night in Ellsworth.
That's going to be, a tough game, and this is that game. Well, I guess when we were at their place last year when they came out and beat us. And it's kind of like the Smoky Valley. I kind of tell people, don't overlook their record. They're way better than their record sets. They have the kids to score and do all those things. And us playing tonight, when we usually play about 7 deep, so that kind of hurts us a little bit. But, we talked, yesterday at practice, we did our Clay Center stuff, and then we did our Ellsworth stuff, and then we're gonna have a talk on the bus on the way tomorrow. That's our second part of our scouting, whatever, because our girls do a really good job responding, and we talk about scouting.
Congratulations on tonight. Congratulations on 100. Enjoy it. We will do it again tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans, her girls tonight, 46-42 over the state-ranked Clay Center Tigers. We are at halftime of the boys contest. It's a 9-point lead for Southeast of Saline. 60-second timeout. Back with more after this on KINA.
Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top-quality lift kits. And soil dealer, and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knauf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
30-21, our score here at the break. Let's go over scoring, brought to you by Citizen State Bank and Downtown Gypsum, leading all scores tonight in the first half. Owen Bailey with 9, Kanan Jacobson with 8, 6 for Brenton Leeds, 5 for Connor Castleman, 2 for Omar Calzada. For the Clay Center Tigers, 6 points by Justin Wright, 5 for Cole Platson, 4 for Owen Craig, 3 for Jay Sweller, 2 for Isaac Curtin, and 1 for Brett Hoffman. Southeast of Saline, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Clay Center, 10 out of 12, keeping them in this game. Southeast with 5 turnovers, Clay Center with 4. After that first half, Tyler, what do you think here about the second half?
Devin, I've just been so impressed with Southeast's discipline defensively, and it's led to the disciplined offense. just slowing the game down, just creating more opportunities. You see right there, a steal from Bailey.
Steal by Owen Bailey, went up to jam it, and I think that'll classify as one. A turnover there by Clay Center, and Owen Bailey snuck it over the right side of the rim.
Without a doubt, that counts as a slam. Great job from Bailey, just jumping the pass, goes up with the defender in his hip pocket. Great finish from Bailey.
Here's Weller putting his body into Brenton Leeds. That's a good shot by Jace Weller, attacking the bigger man and using the body as a shield.
And that's the only way to beat Brenton Leeds. You're not going to beat him going over him. You got to go through him. And right there, Weller did a good job just creating contact that gave him a little bit of space. Nice finish from Weller.
32-23 our score. And now a foul will be called. It's a moving screen against Southeast. First foul of the third quarters. We're just underway here in the second half. It goes against Brenton Leeds. That is his second.
Yeah, and away from the ball, it's a really tough foul. But if you're not set, Leeds has got to set those feet. And when you got a body just so much bigger than everybody else's, it's an easy call for the officials.
Here's another drive down the lane. It's by Matt Hoffman, and a foul on Jace Weller, I believe, on the backside going for the rebound. He went over the top and threw one of the Southeast of Saline players. That is his first personal foul. Here's a score on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We gave you a final earlier. The Beloit girls beat Minneapolis, gave the Lions their second loss of the season on the girls' side, 35-28. That puts Beloit in second place behind Southeast of Saline in the girls' NCAA standings. On the boys' side, it's ugly. Beloit leading Minneapolis 34-4 at halftime.
That Beloit team, they get going.
Here's Owen Bailey. Speaking of getting going, Owen Bailey with 5 here in the third. That is his fourth three-pointer of the night. He has 14 points. Good to see him stroking the ball again. Again, 34 in that second game against Smoky Valley, leading Southeast of Saline to a 14-point victory in Lindsborg. He's gotten a lot of attention since then. He's been able to get open here tonight, though, against Clay Center a couple of times. Now a rebound for Owen Bailey. The junior in the backcourt. He'll go to the flank on the left-hand side with Daniel Kerr. Kerr will bring it across the stripe at half court. 2 minutes in to this third period. Jacobson with it. High post entry now to Castleman. We've seen Connor around that free throw line a lot more than what we have in the past. Little adjustment there by Bryson Flax for this game, and maybe for future games. Here's Kerr into the middle of the paint. Left-hand leaner won't go down. Clanks hard off the right-hand side, and the rebound taken in by the Clay Center Tigers. Here come the Tigers back the other way with Weston Hambit. They'll throw an overhead pass back middle of the floor to Cole Pladson. There's Weller back to the rim, guarded by Leeds. Leeds with the block up top, but got him early with the body, and he's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, and Flax, you can hear Flax yelling at Leeds, just take away the right hand. I mean, right there, Clay Center did a good job just clearing out that side. You saw Weller just take the ball, take it to the right. There was no help side. Leeds got caught, came over. You know, we talked about his size. It was definitely a foul. Him reaching over as opposed to going vertical that we've seen him do so well so many times tonight.
Good recognition by Weller, too, on that switch to know that he had a little bit of a mismatch. He's at 6'1", more of a guard type. Leeds at 6'5", 6'6". And Weller knew he could take him to the rim, and he challenged him once again, and he was able to get 2 free throws out of it. 3 fouls now for Brenton Leeds. 35-25. It's a 10-point Southeast of Saline lead. Here's Jacobson all the way to the rim. Left it high off the window with a silky smooth touch. Gannon Jacobson now joins Brenton Leeds in double digits. Jacobson has 10. Kick out for Clay Center. Hoffman with a 3. Left-hand wing. That won't go down. Rebound out long to the half-court stripe. Leeds will pick it up. Off to Bailey. Little hesitation. Spin move. Gets in the paint. Can't finish with the under. And it will be a rebound by Hoffman, but he loses it off his left leg and out of bounds.
Yeah, right there, there's a lot of commotion coming over to the southeast sideline. Coach Flax did a great job getting his feet out of bounds. Ball follows him out of bounds off Clay Center.
He can hit that shot from there.
He can hit it with pressure on.
State tournament 2 years ago. A lot longer than what it was here.
Dead ball situation.
Oh, man.
It just strokes it.
And just expressionless. That's what I love most about it. Just turned around like, what? Been doing it in this gym my whole life. Connor Castleman now with an offensive rebound, and he is fouled by Clay Center.
Castleman plays so much bigger than his size. I mean, right there, he has no right for that basketball. He just goes up, just rips it away from a Clay Center defender. Foul's called number 4. It's a huge one on Platson.
Platson's going to have to go out and into the game. Brett Hoffman. You going to be blowing your whistle on this gym this weekend?
I will, yes, sir.
Some little kids basketball going on, huh?
Yeah, I am until the AFC Championship game, and then I tell Coach Potocik that I'm out.
Chance Potocik, man, he's really sticking his neck out scheduling those games, huh?
He most definitely is.
Here's Leeds inside. Can't get that shot as he had a weird angle at the board, tried to turn around and shoot it all in one motion. Came up short. Clay Center comes away with the rebound. Here's the drive now on the other end, and a charging foul. Wave off the bucket. The foul on the player control called on Weston Hammond. That is his first. Of course, the tournament we're talking about is the annual Southeast of Saline Youth Basketball Tournament. Guys and girls in elementary school. Chance Potocik, one of the main organizers. He has a lot of help. I know he'll be the first one to say that. But, man, having it on championship weekend when the Chiefs are playing, that's gutsy, isn't it?
Every time he sends that text out about a month before the tournament to see if we'll officiate, and he knows what my text is going to be back. Not Sunday. I'll referee Sunday until 1 o'clock. Then I got to get ready for the AFC title game.
Well, he lassoed my buddy Russ Kossel in, too, so you guys will be both in it together. Here's Calzada, three-pointer, top of the circle. That one's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Castleman tried to save it, but he could not do that for Omar. Probably good, too, that he didn't save it because there was a Tiger on the other end unattended if Clay Center happened to get a hold of that basketball. Halfway through the third quarter. Southeast of Saline defending now. Clay Center trying to get this back down to single digits. Leaner in the lane. That won't go for Owen Craig. And the ball out of bounds. It will stay with Clay Center.
Okay, a great hustle play right there from Clay Center. I don't like that call because his feet were definitely established out of bounds when he knocks that ball off of Calzada. Official didn't see it, but both feet were clearly out of bounds. As great hustle play, knocks the ball off Calzada. Ball stays at Clay Center, but just a tough break for Southeast.
So he was already out of bounds before he jumped to the ball, right?
That's from this perfect point of view that we have. 200 feet away.
I love these seats, man.
Yes.
I know it's the home gym, but it just doesn't get any better than this. Up directly behind the scorer's table, we get to see everything. There's a drive now. Going to the baseline. Craig is shut off over there by Daniel Carey. Gave it up, now he gets it right back.
Gosh, Care's everywhere.
He is so good. Here's Clay Center in the paint. They're going to play it back out now. Here's another drive off the window and a foul called on the baseline. 2 free throws coming up for the Tigers with 3:07 left to play in the third quarter. It is going to go against Gannon Jacobson, his third.
And Devin, we're seeing Daniel Carey get to play more in his natural role. Like he's a playmaker. He plays really strong defense, and he's a distributor of the basketball. I think early on in the season with so many question marks, nobody really knows. We see Clay Center continue their hot shooting from the free throw line as that free throw goes in. But now you're starting to see him kind of get back into that role. Defense, distribute the basketball. There's not so much of a scoring emphasis placed on number 5's shoulders. And you're starting to see him just succeed more and more both sides of the basketball.
Colton Tatman at the free throw line got them both to go down. Clay Center has made their last 10 free throws in this game consecutively. They are 14 of 16 from the stripe here in this game.
And that's a contagious thing, isn't it? I mean, you start seeing them fall in from one player. You just continue to get to the free throw line, and Clay Center's a perfect opportunity. Clock stops. They're freebies. They're taking full advantage of them.
How about the Lady Trojans tonight? Your wife's squad shooting 76% from the line.
Hey, that'll make her happy. Anytime you play strong defense and you shoot well from the charity stripe, that's going to create for a happy coach.
Here's Craig all the way to the cup, and that's a blocking foul. Owen was able to slide his body just a little bit to the left. That was not as much of a collision as maybe what Clay Center's Colton Tatman thought it would, or played it out to be. Tatman will get the foul, and Owen Bailey will go to the free throw line. He'll try to extend the Southeast of Saline 10-point lead.
Well, Devin, you said it exactly right there. Like, initially when Bailey takes off, so he hits the first free throw, you're thinking that's easily going to be a charge. He just kind of shifts his body while in the air and, avoids that initial contact and doesn't draw the charge. All of a sudden it's a block on Clay Center.
Bailey's 2 free throws up and good. That was his first trip to the line. He has 7 points here in this third quarter alone, 16 for the game. On the season now, he's 11 of 16 from the free throw line. 39-27, back to a 12-point lead here for Southeast of Saline. Near steal, Bailey went off a Clay Center Tiger and out of bounds, though. Boy, fortunate there. that kite for Clay Center that he did not get out on his own. We might have seen another dunk on the offensive end, but the deflection did go off Clay Center out of bounds. 3 turnovers for the Tigers here in this quarter, 0 for Southeast so far. The Trojans have only committed 5 turnovers all night. 2:16 left to play in the third. Kirby Davis with it. Now to Daniel Kerr. Now to Leeds. One-handed pass over to Grady Gebhardt. 3 guards around the perimeter with Leeds floating around out there too. They have pretty much vacated everything inside of the three-point line now, has Southeast of Saline. Owen Bailey will cut through after the pass to Gebhardt. Southeast has taken this inside, 2 minutes left to play. Davis with it on the left. How much, Tyler, is this strategy when you have a 12-point lead? We're still in the third quarter. There's a lob pass inside to Leeds on the isolation. How much of it also is, too, shortening this game, knowing you got to turn around and play a state-ranked Ellsworth team tomorrow?
Well, I think it's the best of both worlds, right? I mean, you're working the basketball around. I'd say the biggest thing you're seeing right now from the Southeast team is you see a 3 hoisted by Clay Center is just trust. They're trusting each other defensively, and you're seeing great things happen. And on the offensive side, you're not just getting quick shots up. You're working the ball around. You're saving some legs, right? Anytime you're not playing defense, it's just a little bit easier. If you're on the offensive side, you can relax a little bit. You know where you're going. You're dictating everything, and you're seeing a lot of that from Southeast tonight.
Tadman missed the 3 for Clay Center. Jace Weller got the rebound, had his putback attempt blocked. Here's Kerr all the way to the cup. That left-handed shot on the scoop will not go down. Grady Gebhardt intercepts the pass down the field. 4 turnovers for the Tigers as Gebhardt turns into a defensive back, and now they're going to call traveling on Owen Bailey. First turnover of the third quarter for Southeast of Saline. 51 seconds left to play.
And Devin, let's go back to that defensive play from Grady Gebhardt, right? Gebhardt catches that ball in an awful position, and he knows immediately where his nearest teammate is, and he just gets rid of the basketball before he travels. He knew he had to go up to create the interception and make the interception before he can come down and travel, dishes the ball off. Just such a heady play. That's why he's going to be playing YMCA basketball until he's 90 years old.
41-27 our score. Clay Center has it. They trail Southeast of Saline. 40 seconds left to play here in the third. There's the drive. Now a kick out on the left-hand side. Clay Center still trying to work it to the rim, and they're going to draw a foul here with 31 seconds left to go in the third. Maybe Kirby Davis reaching over. It was. Isaiah Kerr has also snuck into the game here on me. Isaiah had really kind of an emergence a little bit there as a sophomore in that Sterling tournament. Had a game against Lions where he hit 2 3-pointers. That foul against Kirby Davis is his first. The free throw for Justin Wright missed off the front of the lip. That's going to break the string for Clay Center of 10 consecutive straight free throws, but he gets the second. Half a minute left to go here in the third. Southeast of Saline leading by a baker's dozen, 41-28. Gannon Jacobson slams on the brakes, and Bryson Flax just can't get the junior college basketball out of him. He's going to take a 30-second timeout here with 23 seconds left to go. So he'll draw up a play here for his Trojans to maybe get a scoring opportunity and extend that 13-point lead before we go to the fourth and final quarter. We'll keep it right here. I want to invite you to come back tomorrow night. We're going to do this all again, although we will go to Ellsworth, home of the Bearcats. Southeast of Saline on the girls' side will have a league contest. They'll try to stay atop the NCAA. On the boys' side, the Southeast of Saline boys will play a one-loss, state-ranked Ellsworth Bearcat squad, led by Will Cravens. A lot of guys in there on that group. Man, they are deep, and they are fun to watch from what I understand. We'll get our first look at the Bearcats tomorrow night in Ellsworth. 6 o'clock start for the girls, 5:45 pregame. Boys action to follow. We'll have it for you here on KINA with live stream video on SalinaPost.com, free of charge. 20 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline with it on offense. Kirby Davis takes the baseline drive. Now he's shut off. Deep post entry, though, to Brenton Leeds, and he is fouled. Brenton will visit the free throw line. For a big guy inside as active as what he is, Tyler, Brenton Leeds does not shoot a lot of free throws. So far, he's only shot 14 free throws this year.
It's almost like his size and strength is a detriment. Like he didn't get whistled didn't get a lot of fouls called against him just because he's so much bigger and stronger as he buries the first. But what I love the most about that is we saw Coach Flax when he's drawing up the play, he kind of gave a pirouette, kind of gave a ball fake like he was talking to his players, and you saw Kirby Davis run that play to perfection, and it sends Leeds to the free throw line.
Leeds makes the first, misses the second, and the rebound comes down to Clay Center. Racing up the floor is Owen Craig. Craig now turns. Weller wants the three. Off the front of the lip. Jacobson gets the rebound. He'll shoot a 2/3 court shot. Off the window, too hard, and no good. And that will bring us to the end of the third. 42-28. It's the Trojans of Southeast of Saline leading this by 14 as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Back with more Trojan basketball here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
8 minutes remaining as we are ready to start fourth quarter action. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Brian Dennon providing that live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you tonight by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Southeast with a 14-point lead. You know Clay Center's coming after you here, Tyler. You just got to take care of the basketball and weather that storm, right? And just as I say that, ball squirts free into the backcourt. Clay Center gets a layup.
Yeah, you talk about these teams, you talk about these games, you want to see the growth. Oh, you see another turnover right there caused by that full court pressure. Coach Flax, you always want to see your team just slam the door shut. Right now is a perfect opportunity.
Daniel Kerr must have just looked at Coach Flax and asked to go in. He's sitting on the bench, and Bryson just shook his head and just said, no, let's see what happens here. And now a quick foul on the inbounds. They get it in here to Weston Hammond, and a quick foul called on Kirby Davis, his second.
Yeah, and Flax is staying with this group. I mean, this is how you teach this group, right? Like, you want to continue to keep kind of your guns rested and keep them ready, but you got to get some growth somewhere. You see Leeds, great job defensively.
And Isaiah Kerr comes in and rips it away. What a play there by Isaiah Kerr, helping out Britton Leeds, who got that block up high. Now Gannon Jacobson has it. Jacobson being really kind of pushed back and forth down the floor by Jace Weller. No consistency there in foul calls from the other end, and Clay Center comes away with the third consecutive turnover for Southeast of Saline to start this quarter. And a blocking foul called on Jacobson. That is his fourth. And now Daniel Kerr will have to come in for Gannon Jacobson.
Right there, you saw Cole Platts, and he saw that he had Jacobson reeling. Jacobson trying to get his footing right there. Looked like a good no call, just let that play run through, but the official got Jacobson with the body, and that's number 3 with the official's scoreboard.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I will as well. I have him for 4 as well, but we'll go with the official scoreboard on this one.
7 minutes left to play here in this game. Clay Center trying to make a push. Three-pointer up, three-pointer good. Justin Wright, and now double digits with 10. Owen Bailey's wide open down the floor. Thought about a 3, but he's going to kick it out and play it back.
And a really good move from Owen Bailey. That's a shot that maybe we see him pull earlier in the season, but did a great job pulling it back and now get some offensive ran for Southeast.
Owen Bailey has it knocked out of bounds. They have just corrected the scoreboard. They do have 4 fouls now for Gannon Jacobson. Connor Castleman will come in here for Kirby Davis. 42-33. Castleman has it, curling off a screen to the left. He'll leave it out now for Jacobson, who remains in the game. Kerr, Castleman, Jacobson, Leeds, Bailey, your 5 starters on the floor for Southeast. Leeds has it. He swings it around to Gannon. Gannon going to the basket, had it stripped, now plays it out to Owen Bailey for a 3-pointer. That's no good, but Gannon Jacobson has it land right in his lap, and he drops it over the front of the rim. Points 11 and 12 for Gannon Jacobson. And a foul on Brenton Leeds, who couldn't hit the brakes hard enough in time. 4 fouls now for Brenton Leeds.
Yeah, and that was one of those from Leeds. He just caught himself. He was just scrambling back with that press. All of a sudden, he knew where the basketball was, didn't know where the offensive player was, just ran into the offensive player. It's a good call from the officials.
Weston Hammond will go to the free throw line, as we have already hit the limit of fouls. I looked at that. I knew it was going on, but still in disbelief.
5 fouls in less than 2 minutes. That's
well. Now they corrected it and they put 3 up. Should he even be shooting?
Yeah, at some point right now you got to get this figured out. If there's only 3 team fouls, there's no way these should be free throws.
Hammond goes 1 of 2. Omar Calzada on the lob from Gannon Jacobson scores Omar's second basket of the night.
And an alley-oop, if you will, right? No dunk, but that's the only way that ball could get, caught and finished by Calzada. He comes down the other side, huge block from the big-time senior.
Boy, Omar took his temperature with the left hand, went up and blocked it with the right hand. What a play there. 5:39 left to go. And a foul in the backcourt on Jace Weller. Daniel Kerr was there to protect the basketball for Southeast of Saline. For Weller, that is his third. Yeah, I think maybe Clay Center just got put at the free throw line for 2 free throws. They made one of them on a miscue of fouls. There's Calzada for a 2. He just hit a 15-foot jumper off the left-hand elbow.
With a hand on his elbow. That's a big-time shot. Great defense from Clay Center. Calzada just elevates above everybody.
Help side defense by Daniel Kerr. There was almost a free pass to the basket for Owen Craig, and Kerr came over, took it away from him. Owen Bailey, transition 3.
Dagger.
Got it to go. Owen Bailey has 19 as he shot it off the break from the left-hand corner.
And we talk about the difference in that shot compared to the shot when he brought the basketball up. That one in flow of transition, just an absolute dagger from Owen Bailey.
17-point lead. It was just 9 that Clay Center trimmed it down to. Here is Clay Center going to the bucket. Southeast with the rebound. Boy, this kind of feels just like the girls' game, doesn't it?
It does. It seems like Clay Center spent so much effort just trying to get back into this basketball game, and now you're seeing Southeast pull away. And you saw right there Jacobson contested the shot, did a great job keeping his hands to himself, didn't want to pick up that 5th foul, just creates an awkward shot for Clay Center.
Skip pass to Calzada, now back skip. The other side to Bailey. Castleman has it. Now he'll play it to Daniel Kerr. 4:19 left to go in this one. Southeast of Saline leads it by 17. And a foul called against the Tigers. This 17-point lead, by the way, equals their biggest lead of the night. They had a 17-point lead right before halftime in the second quarter late.
And Devin, it continues to be that trust that we see. Just everybody has offensively in each other. They know if they pass the ball to somebody on a cut or, on the wing or somewhere, the ball's going to come back. It's going to stay in the flow of the offense. There's no forced shots being taken right now from Southeast. Just letting the flow of the offense take control.
Kerr with it, top of the circle. He'll pass it left now to Jacobson. Back to Kerr, middle of the floor. Daniel trying to weave his way around a pesky defender right now, Colton Tadman. He'll get it to Jacobson near the timeline. Gannon, little spin move. Over to Kerr. Southeast again just shorting this game, trying to melt the clock down. And a blow-by Connor Castleman, and he'll score. Castleman has 7.
Castleman's first step is tough. I mean, especially being a lefty every once in a while. Right there, you have a player that hasn't played a lot. You have number 12 in right there. Isaac Bergen, he just gets blown by Castleman.
Connor gets the rebound here. He's so athletic. Here's Kerr. Off the left-hand side. Kerr wants to go back to the left now. Goes to Owen Bailey. And a foul will be called as Daniel Kerr absorbed a Clay Center foul. Let's see who gets this one. And it's going to be against Colton Tadman.
And we talked about that hand on the stove and then pulled it off, and we're hearing Clay Center fans, they're not happy. And I understand because Daniel Kerr's using that right arm to kind of force off, kind of fend off the Clay Center defenders. But at some point, there's 2 hands on him. He's got to keep those hands off. He's got to protect himself and protect the basketball.
Yes, sir. Castleman with it, top of the circle. Plays it to Calzada. Now back to Kerr. Southeast has taken this clock inside 3 minutes. 53-34. Biggest lead of the night here for Southeast of Saline. And you can talk about perspective, kind of how you look at things, how you feel about things. I don't care what you say. You have two teams sitting here, Tyler, at 5-5. 6-5 looks a heck of a lot better to me than 5-6.
It sure does. And unless you win that midseason tournament, nobody's happy coming out of that midseason tournament, right? And these are both teams that are fully capable to do things in the postseason. You see Bailey, great. That's just a home court bounce right there. But yeah, these teams are hungry for that 6th win. You always want to come out of that midseason tournament with a win.
Owen Bailey with another 3. Now he springs free on the breakaway. He's going to be grabbed from behind.
I saw a fist go up from lead official.
Yep. Bailey already took flight, and then he was grabbed around the chest as they went to the baseline. Then Owen Bailey objected to that, as most people would. So now they're going to have to sort out what happens here. The basketball belongs to Southeast of Saline.
So they're saying no foul. I saw the lead official throw a fist up. In basketball official, if you throw the fist up, you're going to call a foul. Open hand is a violation, which would be, I don't know how they're going to call that off of Southeast without calling a foul. It clearly went off Owen Bailey, but I thought there was a lot of contact.
There's a steal now by Clay Center on the inbounds. Calzada gets the foul, chasing from behind. It's the 5th turnover for Southeast of Saline here in the second half. Calzada gets the 3rd foul.
Yeah, Hammond did a great job just sprinting the length of the court right there, and Calzada just couldn't keep up. By the time he got there, Hammond, great body control, goes up, draws the foul on Calzada.
22 points for Owen Bailey tonight. He has 6 3-pointers.
And they've been somewhat quiet. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anytime you see somebody score 23, you would imagine they just come in spurts, but he's done a great job just dissecting this defense. They've come within the rhythm of the offense. Great offensive outing from the junior.
For Clay Center, they will turn around now tomorrow night and play in Lindsborg against Smoky Valley. First free throw missed. Second one made by Weston Hammond. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line here in this game. Has it back to a 21-point game. This one got away from Clay Center pretty quick there, didn't it?
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Travis Smith is calling off his dogs. He's going to let them rest for Smoky Valley tomorrow as he empties his bench and gets a lot of reserves on the floor.
Bailey with another 3. He's knocked down as backing into him that time was Cole Platson, and that is, excuse me, it's not Platson. It is actually
Anthony Davis.
Thank you.
Anthony Davis seen his first action tonight. All of a sudden he's got Bailey going up for 3. Does a great job blocking him out, but again, he's got to give him room to land. Bailey's to the free throw line for 3.
Bailey's first free throw gets it to go down. Stacking blocks, right? We keep talking about that with Bryson Flax in this squad. He told me he really thought this, before the tournament even started, he really thought his team was one of the top 4 teams at Sterling. They go out and they prove that. They go 2-1. They get 3rd place. Then they come back and have a great practice. Instead of a game against Republic County, where Republic County wasn't in school, Southeast was. They could still have practice, so they practice. They have a great practice on Tuesday. Then they come out here tonight. Now all of a sudden they're up by 23 points over Clay Center.
Oh, and it's going to be a team that's just dangerous in the postseason, right? Like, who knows where they're going to be seated? They're going to end up being, not a top 4 seed, but they're going to cause some absolute issues in March.
I guarantee oh no, Isaiah Kerr went into the goal and got the layup, and another 50-50 call there. This one goes against Southeast as Isaiah Kerr has a basket taken away. Bryson Flax chirping the official a little bit, but he's smiling while doing it. Sure, the message was still delivered.
And I would hate to say it was 50-50. That was 75-20. That was 90-10 right there. Just a tough call, but understanding the flow of the game, you get the call.
1:28 left to go. Southeast leading by 23. They got Gebhardt, Isaiah Kerr, Sam Knopf is out there, Kirby Davis, Omar Calzada. I guarantee you see this Southeast team on the schedule. It's got to be a little intimidating and a little uncomfortable, if you will. I know there's a lot of receipts out there for them to collect up on from other teams that just based on what Southeast basketball has done over the last few years, but you're going to get the other team's best shots, especially in the NCAA. Basket by Calzada gives him 6 in the quarter. He has 8 for the game. He'll shoot again from the baseline. Another shot up. That one won't go. 47 seconds left to play.
But Devin, it's just all about trust with this team right now. They're starting to trust each other. We're seeing on the offensive side, and more importantly on the defensive side. Tomorrow night is going to be an exciting time.
Yes, absolutely. I'm already looking forward to that trip to Ellsworth.
How many people do you think have ever said that? But I am as well. So there's 2. Amazing.
Not if you're leaving the courtroom. That's definitely not the case. We're getting to go for recreation. 60-35. A lot of them want to get the heck out of Ellsworth.
Yes, sir.
10 seconds left to go. Gebhardt puts it on his hip, and that is going to do it. Boy, this could be a benchmark win for Southeast of Saline here this season as they send Clay Center home with a loss, 60-35. Southeast of Saline goes to 6-5. Clay Center drops to 5-6 after a 25-point win, 60-35. Back with the postgame show. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. We'll have final scoring for you. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and a conversation with head coach Bryson Flax. It's coming up when we come back after a Trojan sweep over the Clay Center Tigers right here on KINA.